Okay, I'm live. And we're just gonna jump right into it. I have games to play. Gonna do some RPG Maker stuff. And of course, a non-RPG Maker game thrown in the mix. But we're gonna start off with this one, which is an RPG Maker game. I gotta find my folder. There we go. Oh no! Oh my god! I just accidentally closed out the timer. Oh no. Oh, and is it looking at the wrong... Oh no. I've ruined everything. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what is it doing here? Why won't it focus on the timer now? The chat is all fucked up too. Are you saying I was right on time? I hope so. Oh no, okay, that black box. I think that's supposed to be the timer window. Just can't. All of my streams are just gonna be technical issue streams now. So why is it now, it wants to focus on my, it wants to focus on this window here for the timer. That's not the correct window. Please? What do I do? Yeah. Okay, it says it's a... Huh? If I just disable it and re-enable it, it doesn't fix it. But it says... Can I... Like, when I open it up... Okay, hang on. Let's switch it to what it's currently looking at. And then I'm gonna switch it back to where it said it was. There we go. Ah, that's right. Okay, we got it fixed. Hooray! Alright, so I'm gonna stick with the 45 minutes. Just to kind of give these games a little bit more time. That means my streams are gonna run longer now, so hopefully I can stay awake for that length of time. That's really the only change I've made to these streams. Oh, holy shit, I forgot to add the store page. Let's do that now while I'm thinking about it. We've already started the stream off with technical issues. We might as well just you know, we're not starting off with a banger here, so what do we call this? Quality store page? Sure. We need a little bit more room. There. And let's set up some conditional. Oh, it's already, no, we'll leave it like that. Yeah. We'll leave it like that. Okay, so it's just copied the same conditions from there. Preparation out of 20. I kind of don't like having this big space here for one thing for just yes or no. Same thing for this one. I'd really love to shrink that column down, but then yeah, the text gets all covered up. There's got to be a way to like put it on 2 layers, right? I don't know. I'm not a Google Sheets Pro, not an Excel Pro, whatever. Let's go here. I picked out a handful of games. Like finding RPG Maker games from new releases on itch. Like, let's just go there right now and just like, let's take a look. itch.io. All right. And so this is normally how I find a lot of my games, is I'll just go to browse by games. I'll put in some stuff here, like what platform. I want it free. Quality Excel work. Thanks. So, you know, I sort by that, and then we go to most recent, because I don't really want to look at the popular ones. And oh, sometimes I'll throw in the RPG tag or role-playing tag into the mix as well. Let's just do that now. So, like, usually when I do this, you can kind of see right now, it's actually not so bad today. When I was looking up, I think it was yesterday or the day before when I was looking up games, like, a lot of the games on the front page were just like RTP, like first game garbage, you know. So it's like it's not the best way to find RPG Maker games. Like here we have Lost Guards of Dragon Cry, which is in 0.0.0.1. So this is gonna be one of those. So I'm sure this is gonna be one of the RPG Maker games that, you know, they're boasting 100 hours of gameplay, 200 side quests, 40 playable characters, you know, that kind of thing. That's why we're version 0.0.0.1. That's definitely, absolutely the moment you want to make your game public. Yeah, I'm sure there is. I don't really know how to search by tag. But it doesn't matter, because, like, generally... Oh, here are tags right here. Oh, there's one right there. Shut up. But, like, even still, like, that... my point really is that it doesn't matter if it's RPG Maker or not. It's just that when I sort by most recent like this, it takes a while to kind of scroll through to find something that's, like, not a fucking meme, and actually looks interesting. You know, we wind up with these games that are basically a title screen. That's what this tells me. It's nothing more than a title screen and probably doesn't have any gameplay at all, and they still want to release their work publicly. So, you know, I mean, and I'm not really necessarily just looking for RPG Maker games either. I'm looking for interesting games, whether it's RPG Maker or not. So anyways, what I wound up doing for the games that I picked today, and this is typically what actually happens if I'm being honest, is I just go to the like new releases on the RPG Maker forums there, and then it's a little bit easier to kind of sort through games that look like they're a little bit more serious of a project. So that's where I found two of the games that I'm playing today. And one of the games that I'm playing was also a submission to me by one of the users on the forum, and also a watcher, although I think he mostly watches the archives of my streams. I don't think he normally joins during the streams. So with my horrible intro out of the way, that was a complete disaster with technical problems. Yeah, let's jump into the first game here, which is Alyx Ascended. Scion of a fallen house, delve into the depths and reclaim your destiny. Alyx Ascended is a turn-based card battler with roguelike deck-building elements and a first-person dungeon-crawling experience. A variety of cards and strategies. There's no wrong way to win. Items, weapons, and armors to complement your tactics. 30 to 120 minutes of gameplay. Pick up and play whenever you want. A story to experience. Discover the lore surrounding the game. Random events that may alter the course of your run. And then a bunch of credits. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think I saw somewhere that it said that the oh yeah, there we go. It's right there in the credits. That the art is AI generated. It doesn't say it specifically. It says card art made through Crayon, which is the I played with this a little bit. This. So we could say Fortuna Pixie playing RPG Maker games. That's probably way too specific. It's going to come up with nothing. But, oh, and there's a slash there. I wonder what that'll do. Anyways, but, yeah, so it's just this. He used this. Generate some art. I think it said that he used another one, too. Serif Circle. Oh, no, no. Okay, Seraph Circle is, that's one of the... It's one of the, like, asset guides. I think Seraph Circle might... Is that the one that, Mr. Orc is using? I don't remember, honestly. So, anyways, but, yeah, so it looked pretty interesting. You want to see the results? It's almost RPG Maker. You can kind of tell it's RPG Maker just because, you know, there's the like really square shapes, but you really got to use your imagination. There's also no pixie here, which I'm a little bit disappointed with. This one kind of looks like, it's like, almost looks like if someone were to like do an arts and crafts, like physical, real arts and crafts, make like an RPG Maker scene, because this kind of looks like some sort of like colored sellotape or something like that. Actually, and this kind of looks like a sponge stamp, Yeah, it's kind of creative, and these look like little clay figures too. That's cute. But yeah, it's not good. I'm not seeing any. None of these are really good representations. You recognizing any RTP here? Crayon kind of sucks because everyone's kind of moved over to Stable Diffusion. Stable Diffusion was the one that was like making headlines and stuff. So, but I played around with this a little bit. My favorite. I don't remember who I saw, but it's able to, I saw a video where it's actually able to do this one pretty well. It's such a stupid idea. Raw chicken going down a water slide. It's able to render raw chicken pretty well. Seems this AI seems to really understand the shape and form of raw chicken. Hurry up! We gotta see our raw chicken. Go ahead and prepare the game. There we go. Masterpieces there. See, it really gets the shape just right. This is a real winner, right? I really like the detailing with the little like bloody smear right here. Well, this one's like the Eldritch Horror chicken. But you gotta say, man, you must admit, those water slides look like a lot of fun. I mean, they look very well lubricated. They look very well lubricated for throwing your chicken down. Just in case if you weren't hungry today, if you just didn't feel like cooking your chicken. So, anywho, that slight diversion. That slight diversion aside, let's launch the game. Okay. I had opened on the wrong screen. Here we go. It's really quiet in my headphones. Turn on the timer. If it's really quiet in my headphones, does that mean it's really quiet for the stream? Oh yeah, absolutely. Still pretty quiet. Oh, look at that WASD! Oh my gosh. Oh. And it's at 100% volume? And it's still really quiet? Okay. Right on. Let me turn it up in my headphones then, I guess. Is there anything else in there? Just full screen, that's it. I mean, I guess at least they remapped the keys. Can't use arrow keys, though. I mean, don't get me wrong, I obviously prefer WASD, but my point I always make about Yonfly's keyboard config is it's not... My point isn't that I want to use WASD, why are you not using WASD? That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is you should allow people to play the way they want, and there's a lot of RPG Maker devs who are comfortable playing with arrow keys, so why have you disabled arrow keys? You know what the best solution to all of this is? I don't need to say it. I don't need to say it. This is an MV game, by the way. So there's no mouse look. It is a first-person dungeon crawler. That's really snappy. I'll keep going straight. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I turned way too fast there. I've lost track of myself now. Oh, yeah, you can hold... Oh, that's confused me. So you can hold the button down just to spin. And unfortunately, the snappiness of it is so snappy that I, like, double spun? Maybe triple spun? And now I'm not sure which way I came from. I think I came from that way. It would be nice if it was just... It wasn't tap and hold. You know, like this game really feels like it should be just tap once. That was loud. Okay, and no tutorial. We're just gonna dive right in. I guess the nice thing is since it's this card-based thing, I can read the cards, so I have a little bit better of an idea of what we're going into. Still would have been nice to have some sort of tutorial, though. Deal 7 damage and lower target's defense by 1. So, like, yeah, I want to know one thing is, like, how are these cards chosen? Are they chosen at random? Do I have a deck? Like, is there any reason I should hold on to my... I don't know, like, do I want to hold on to this card for, like, a more difficult fight? Oh, I see. Okay. So, I guess I have this EP down here at the bottom, and you can't really see, but, there's end turn and items over here, just behind my webcam. So you have the EP there. So I guess that's like how many cards you can play. And so I think I'm finished because I don't have any more EP left. Okay, so we just draw a new hand. And then I see, so we just want to do as many actions as I can using my 10 action points EP. I guess the nice thing is that it's predictable too, because it says 6 points of damage. They don't have any resistances or anything, so it's easy to predict like where the game's gonna go next. So I never played Slay the Spire. That's the thing. Don't assume your players have played the games you've played. This could be someone's first time experience this type of game, so don't expect them to just understand how it works because you played some other game. As I to always fucking talk about options. If people have played this type of game, put an option in the menu that turns off tutorials. For people who are new to the game, you leave the tutorial on and then they can learn how to play the game. I should have. Maybe. I'm not really... Oh, there goes my rating. Oh, man. Here's the thing. I'm not actually a fan of, like, deck builders and, like, roguelikes. But what caught my attention with this game was that it looks, like, well made. And this is pretty unique from, at least compared to the other games I've played so far on stream. This looked pretty unique for an RPG Maker game. So that's what caught my attention. But these kind of card games, like, this isn't something that I normally would play. Deck builders aren't exactly my favorite. Insulator. What is that? Is there a menu? Oh, okay, there is. It went... What? Lightning exposure? Lightning... I guess exposure... That's a weird way to put it. One day treasure chests will dominate the world? Not sure what you mean by that, but okay. So it kind of looks like they decided to go with cute names for their stats, which is never a good idea, especially if you're not going to tutorialize it, because going with cute names for your stats only serves to alienate players, because now they have to learn a whole new lexicon of words just for your game, when you could just use an already established lexicon that would work just fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but they need to teach that new lexicon, and in a game that decides that they're not going to give you tutorials, that's kind of a bad pairing. It'd be nice if it just auto end the turn for me if I have 0 EP, or actually better yet, if I have like not enough EP to do anything. It would be nice if it would just end the turn, or it could automatically ask, "Do you wish to end your turn?" Because I guess you could still use an item, I suppose. There is no auto end the turn and slay the spider. Alright. So if you just want to... Don't just... I hate games that just want to fucking imitate other games for no other reason because they really like the game. Okay, that's a personal gripe with me. But like, I wanted to do a rant about this a while back, but I just never did it because I didn't know where to shoehorn it into my streams. But like, the number of games that just like imitate Dark Souls, like down to even like the death screen where, you know, there's the dark background with the big text in the middle, you died or whatever. Like, it's so crazy the number of people who just imitate that. It's such a surface level imitation that, like, I don't know. I don't have a well formulated thought on why this annoys me, but it's there. It's like there's no originality to it. They just really, really like something, so they just really, really imitate it. It's a personal pet peeve. So if they want to just imitate Slay the Spire, then I don't know. They should really just play Slay the Spire. Go make a video saying Slay the Spire is the best game ever or something. I don't know. Am I adding this to my deck? Is that what's going on here? Did I miss that? I feel like there was a pop-up that came up that I was too busy ranting that I totally missed. I think that's what happened. If I have a barrier, draw 2 cards and heal 5. That one. Yeah, okay. Let's add it to my deck. Slay the Spire is the best game ever. Okay. See, there's that thing again, right? Because, like, it swings all the way over there. Like, it really, I feel like it should really just be tap. I've lost track of myself again. There we go. It doesn't help that everything looks exactly the same. So it's very easy. It's very difficult to tell which direction I came from. Let's try my fancy new thing. So first we'll attack, and then we'll use the barrier, and then we'll end. Oh wait, no, I have to have the card in my deck. That's right. There it is. Oh my god, so you have to... So you use the 2 cards together. SE. What's SE? SE through the roof? I guess I'm finished. I mean, alright, I guess I'll just barrier, because my health is low. So I got a healing card, but I barely got healed. That's cool. Do I have a healing item? No, I didn't! Oh, motherfucker! I didn't mean to end my turn! Oh, that's because... Huh? That's because... I see what happened. It won't let me go up to items for some reason. Okay, that's really annoying, because, like, my expectation was that the way that this UI works is that it would just go to items. So even, like, it seems like items is completely disabled. I assume that's because I don't have any items. I think that's a poor decision because of what just happened there. Because my expectation was that I would, you know, scrolling through, I would just go to items. But I didn't. So when I pushed select, assuming I was on items, instead I wound up ending the turn. Like this, if you wanted to do this here, where you have, like, you can't select items if you don't have any items. If you wanted to do that, I would not put these two so close together that you accidentally just end your turn. Tutorial missing out of 20, indeed. Alright, well, I think I'm fucked. Because yeah, I have 1 health. Yeah, this is kind of why I don't like these kind of games, is because a lot of times it feels like the only reason why you can win these games sometimes is because you had a lucky run. Like, winning feels mostly based on luck. That's so loud, man. Winning just feels like it's mostly based on luck. It doesn't really feel like there's enough strategy to actually, like, there was nothing I could do there. Like, my health was low. I used my healing card, but it didn't heal me worth a damn. It was totally useless fucking card. It cost me a ton of EP. It cost me my whole turn to heal, what was it, 4 fucking points? And the enemies were able to wipe out all that damage that I just healed myself for. Like, it was so worthless. Like, I tried healing myself, but there was nothing I could do. My health was low, so that was just the end. Yeah, I guess so, because I guess this game is just Slay the Spire. You know what? I'm almost kind of glad I haven't played Slay the Spire, because I'd probably just be more annoyed with this game. I'd probably just be ranting how there's not an original idea, because that's the way you make it sound. You make it sound like there's not an original idea here. It's just copy and pasting another game. I'm not saying that's what it is, because I haven't played the other game. I don't know for sure. That's just the way that you've made it sound to me. And if that is the case, and I had played Slay the Spire, then I would spend more time ranting about that than actually giving any sort of real critique on this game. You find strange plants growing through the cracks of the stone. They are totally unfamiliar to you. I guess that's a healing item. It seems like I need it. I assume. I mean, God forbid this game explains anything to me. I don't know what the fuck a spicy herb is. Oh, that's a boss monster. That's so loud. What did that even do? Oh, I see. It just, I guess it just reduces my hand to a single card. Alright, interesting. Now I see a first-person dungeon with battles using the Slay the Spire way of combat, unless you can't know the enemy moves for some reason, and fights seem not well balanced as a result. Yeah. Something like that. now it did some damage to me. Oh my god, it did the same fucking thing again. I thought I picked up an herb. How come I couldn't go to items? Oh, that was so stupid. Okay, so what did I pick up? I picked up like a spicy herb, right? How come I can't use my items? Well, I think I'm gonna die to this then. Oh, now I can go to item. You keep your block, as in Dicey Dungeon. Oh my fucking god. What a terrible fucking design. Holy shit. Let me show you something, alright? Looking at the screen, right? You look at the screen, now look at my keyboard, okay? We're looking at the keyboard and the screen. Here we go, we have A right here. I'm gonna press up first. Okay, you see, I can't... Oh, no, you can't see that. Hang on. Oh, no. Hang on. We gotta make sure you can see this. We gotta move my webcam. Here we go. Let's move the webcam over there for now. The timer's kind of in the way, too. Let's just hide the timer for a moment. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm pushing up right now. I can't go to items, right? I can push... Apparently I can't push anything. What's happened here? Oh, it's because I'm... Let's try that one more time. Okay, now for sure I can't push up, but I can go left and right, but I can't go up to items, right? What's up with that? Well, watch this. If I push right, and right, suddenly I'm on items. Why am I on items when I was pushing left? Sorry, when I was pushing left. You have to push left and right to get there when it's above the end turn. This looks like you should be able to just push up and go to items. Let's put the webcam back down. Design 20. Oh, man. Okay, so... I still don't have that spicy herb, though. I have a quick tonic. That's not the spicy herb. What the fuck was the spicy herb? Okay, well, maybe I'll be able to win this fight. I don't know. It looks unlikely. Oh, I think I see what you're talking about. You're saying you keep your thing like Dicey Dungeon? What was that? Yeah, you keep your block. You're talking about the barrier down here. I just now noticed that. So that, like, adds up. Wow, you know, a tutorial might have been nice to explain that. So... Oh, but I just lost 8. Why did I lose 8? This game is so fucking unclear. Yeah, I just lost another 8 barrier. I guess I'll just try to keep my barrier capped out at 16 because that seems to be like as high as I can get it. Okay, yeah, so that absorbed the 8 points of damage. Alright, let's just stack up to 16. Oh, this is cool. So if I do 2 times in a row, it seems to just wear off. The barrier just seems to disappear after a certain amount of time. Or it seems to be like 2 turns or something. So if I do 2 barriers at once, then both of them wear off at the same time. But if I stagger them, then it'll be like one wears off and then the other. So basically what I'm saying is that it seems like to almost be better to stagger them. Really kind of slows down combat a lot, though. Just trying to juggle barrier and, like, doing damage. Alright, I think as long as I get damage dealing card. There we go. Wow, I actually was able to win that. Your enemy falls and you're left alone once more for now. As you descend the stairs, going further down, the stronghold memories begin to surface, unprompted, unwanted, but vivid. The door clicked open loudly as Alyx entered the room with haste. Her eyes instantly landed on the figure in the room's only bed. "Mother," she cried, moving to her side. "Oh, shush. I'm injured, not dying. I can still hear you perfectly clearly." The bedridden general laughed, reaching out to hold her daughter's hand. Bedridden general? I thought it was mother. Is she also a general? Those Runians may have magic, but not even the best spells can kill a crown's blade. I hate this. I know this has become popular because I've already ragged on it once, but Dark Souls. Like, vague storytelling. I really don't like it. I guess Dark Souls gets a pass. But there's been, once again, there's all those people who just try to imitate Dark Souls, like down to even the way that the death screen looks, because God forbid you have an original thought in your head. I see a lot of people who try to imitate like the vague storytelling as well, but it doesn't do anything, man. It's like you're I don't know. It's copying a game for the sake of copying a game. I don't understand any of this. None of this means anything to me. If I were to give an opinion on this, and I get that, I know this has become popular, so maybe my opinion here is totally just a hot take and very unpopular, so I could be completely wrong about this, but in my opinion, this kind of writing in an indie game really only serves to alienate anyone who may potentially become a fan. Unless you have a wiki somewhere for someone who can read this, which I don't think a wiki is a good idea. It should really be contained within your game. People who want to sink their teeth into world building and stuff, you should provide that for them. Because otherwise, if you haven't provided that stuff and you just dump a bunch of names and unclear stuff in front of your players, none of it makes sense, and so they just feel alienated from your game. And so if they are here for the story, but they can't latch onto your story, there's nothing for them to latch onto because you've given them nothing, they're just going to lose interest. Maybe that's a hot take, but to me, I think vague storytelling does no good, no service for this game. Other than sounding maybe somewhat pompous. Because I fucking hate that kind of stuff. Alyx laughed, the sound laced with relief. She held her hand tight. How long will you take to recover? Just a few weeks. This is far from the worst injury I've ever had. She was about to say more, but flinched and groaned before she could proceed. Alyx's brows curled and her hands were immediately on her mother's arm, ready to assist. She mutters, fist clenching tightly. I should have been in the war with you. I should have been by your side. If she had been there, she thought, she might have protected her mother. Been her shield as she commanded the Crown's armies. Please wait till listen. My rants are important, okay? They're informative. At least that's what I tell myself. Her mother fell silent at that, and uncomfortable stillness settled onto the room as both women had thoughts racing through their minds. After an immeasurable amount of time, the injured general spoke up. Her voice was soft. I'm sorry, my daughter. Was this a memory? I think I vaguely remember saying this was like a memory that the character's having, right? Or is this happening now? Because this is a weird place to be for it to be happening, because we're like in a dungeon that's just like a linear hallway. Why is there a mother's body just there in this labyrinth? Pretty sure this is a memory. Alyx tightened her grip on her mother's hand, questioning it. But it's almost kind of written like this is happening now, but it can't be happening now because this is a weird place for the mother to be. I was too busy ranting. I missed key information. As to keep you safe, and that meant keeping you out of the war entirely. What? Alyx's eyes widened, heightened emotions starting to take over. It all makes sense now, she thought. She has been one of the best performing soldiers, one of the most obedient and loyal. The reserves are for those at the bottom of the barrel. She was not meant to be there, and yet she was. Now she knows why. I didn't want you in harm's way. Her mother tried to reach out to her daughter, but Alyx simply slapped her hand away. You should know that I'm ready to fight with you. See, here's the other thing, too, is, like, I feel like there's no emotional impact for this, because you started en media res, and so we didn't even get an intro to even the main character, let alone the mother. There's no context to any of this other than the text boxes that we've just now seen. So any surprise it's not a surprise, because we didn't have any backstory to this other than the text boxes that have been shown now. We don't have any emotional weight to these characters because we didn't get attached to them other than what's already been shown now. And that's even if we can get attached to them, because they've thrown a bunch of names and stuff at us that we probably spent more time trying to figure out what the fuck does that name mean than trying to understand what is being said in the story. You should know, her mother was about to reply, but Alyx continued. What was the point if I couldn't protect you? With that, Alyx stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind her. Her stomping and slamming masked the sounds of the sobs, but her mother hears it all. Your experiences thus far has led to a new technique. Deal 5 damage twice. Focus this turn. Gain 2 barrier for every card played this turn. That might be nice. And the Twin Strike seems good too. Yeah, it only 4. It only costs 4. I think the one that does 7 damage, that also lowers defense, costs 7. Like, this is just way more damage. I know it doesn't have the minus defense thing, but just overall. Then again, I thought that healing card that I picked last time was gonna be a good idea, but it totally sucked. It was completely worthless, so who knows? Maybe I made another dumb choice with my cards. I'm on the 2nd floor. And the 2nd floor looks exactly the same as the 1st floor. Cool. circle drawn on the floor. It is a summoning circle. It glows. It glows, signaling how it's ready for use. Sure, use it. A monster appears. Ha ha ha, you fool! I kind of figured that would happen. Oh, cool. It has 230 health. So basically that means because I decided to touch that circle, I'm gonna die. I don't mind the random events, but this is kind of absurd. This... Also, I didn't heal between levels, so that's nice. So I still have 24 health. So basically, I ran into a boss, and I'm probably gonna die from this. We'll try to keep the barrier up like I did last time. Oh, right, I need to stagger it. Oops. Oh, well. I think I'm gonna die on this one. Elixir, yeah, that doesn't heal me, so. Yep, and I am pretty sure there's manual saving, and I haven't manually saved. So even though there's still 8 minutes left on the clock, when I die, I think I'm done with this game. So he can just steal HP from me. He just totally ignores my barrier, is what it looked like. Or did he? Actually, he might not have ignored my barrier. Yeah, see, like the other boss, at least the other boss, like didn't have a bunch of offensive attacks. So it gave me a chance to build up my barrier and like kind of approach him slowly, do a little bit of damage at a time. But with this boss, like, it seems like I don't even really... He has aggressive attacks no matter what, so it kind of seems like I'm screwed. He's always going to be doing damage to me. Will admit making a Slay the Spire like game well is kind of hard, so kudos for the dev if he or she can pull it off. Yeah, I mean, I assume, like I said, haven't played it. It's still, okay, so I've been pretty negative, but yeah, it's still pretty cool, like overall, especially again, considering it's RPG Maker, so it's pretty cool. I like a lot of the custom work. There's one thing I wanted to mention that I didn't because I was too busy ranting. For like all the custom work that looks pretty nice, it's a real shame that the experience bar at the bottom just uses like the default like text colors, like that default RPG Maker orange. It just looks so out of place and ugly. Thank you, Fortuna, for bringing this back to being a little bit more positive and not just ranting. I don't know what sickness does, but right on. Does that mean I'm just gonna lose health every turn? Maybe I should just use the item and not find out, since I don't think I'm gonna be playing much more of this. I kind of don't like that I just have to constantly keep the... Just ranting isn't going to improve. Yeah. Well, like I said, thank you for bringing it back home for me. Can't do this alone. Not really a fan of how this game really kind of starts to boil down to just keeping your defense up. It really starts making things feel way too slow. So he can do 12 damage in a turn. So he can wipe me out with my barrier, because I didn't draw another barrier. So I can only hope that he does, like, sickness or whatever. There we go. So I don't know what sickness does, but let's just hope it doesn't kill me. Must add some positives, keep up the appearances. No, the whole goal is to make enemies along the way, don't you know? Cutting it really close on this one. Can I do it? That is the question. Oh, cool. He got an attack boost. So it's kind of like I absolutely have to keep my barrier up. Although he might be able to just cut through it. How much was that? Oh, yeah, his health is blocked by the stupid text box. Is that 11? I can't tell. I don't know how much damage I did. I think I can kill him next turn. I'm just gonna go for it. Wow, that was kind of a close fight, but I did it! I'm kind of surprised. Actually, that felt kind of good. I'm gonna get this, alright, bringing it back to positive. That felt good. It felt like the odds were against me, but I managed to pull through. And actually, that's the best kind of combat. Yeah, I will say that it's kind of nice that the lower defense is persistent. It kind of adds like this like snowballing effect. So it's like you start out with like the odds against you, but as you lower their defense more and more and more and more and more, things start to kind of feel a little bit better. I still have to say that it's unfortunate that with bosses, most of the time is just about keeping your barrier up, which really kind of feels like it slows down the combat a lot. So I would almost say that it would be better if maybe bosses had higher health but lower attack. So it wasn't so much about keeping your barrier up. With the higher health, it means you have to last a little bit longer. You have to endure longer, but you don't have to worry so much about keeping your barrier up. The bosses hit so hard that if you don't have your barrier up, you're basically fucked. It'd be super nice if we could see the attack and defense down value of the enemies and their action the next turn. Yeah, that might be nice. Focus this turn. EP costs are half. If you have barrier, deal 14 damage to all enemies. Sure. The timer's about to go off. Let's just look. Oh, are there weapons? Can I equip those? Spear that constantly crackles with electricity. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Alright. No, there's a chicken. Right. What do we have to say about that? It did have a pretty nice store page, I will say that. You'd think bosses with less attack and more HP would be more boring. Can you defend that position? So using our fancy new question we've added to the sheet. Quality store page? Yeah, I'll give it a yes. Polish. It's not getting a polish because it's missing the tutorial, which also means it's losing the clarity point. Accessibility, it's losing that point. It doesn't have any options. Especially with the difficulty feeling like it's so high. It really feels like it's a game that would really do with like difficulty options, which would improve the accessibility. Balance was iffy. I'm gonna give it to him though. Just definitely has a unique identity. I'm gonna give them technical too because there's nothing technically game breaking. But I did find the like press and hold to be kind of annoying, at least with turning. I guess going forward is not so bad because it seemed like there's some pretty long straightaways, so it might be annoying to have to constantly tap forward to go down a long hallway. But with the turning, it's really easy to overshoot where you're turning, and with all the hallways looking exactly the same, yeah, that sucks. It's way too easy to overshoot where you're trying to go and then you get lost because you overshot your turn. Oops, what am I doing? So anyways, but I guess not bad. It really needs to improve on the clarity and accessibility. Like, those things are just pretty rough, I think. And because it's missing those, it's also missing polish. So anyways, not bad though. It's definitely a cut above a lot of the RPG Maker games I've played. I think it was more compelling, and that's mostly comes down to the unique identity. And like I said, like defeating that one boss where it felt like the odds were against me, it felt good to do that. So I don't know. It's got chops, but it needs more work. That's the summary there. So, anyways, before I move on to the next game, I kind of like just downed this drink. Okay, 100%. Now I've downed the drink. So, let me throw some ice in my cup real fast. And we'll start the next game. You should also be defending your position on that take. Lower attack, higher health. You need to defend it. I'm not buying it until I see a good defense for it. See, what I think of, I've talked about this game before, I think on stream. What is it? Virgo versus the Zodiacs, I think is what it's called. So it had this kind of like Paper Mario slash what is it? Like Mario and Luigi Superstars kind of combat system where you had timed button inputs. You know, you had to press A to do extra damage or whatever. The problem was with that game is that you absolutely had to hit the timing just right. Otherwise, you're basically fucked in combat. And that's kind of what this barrier thing reminds me of. It's like, if you don't do my mechanic exactly as I want you to do it, there's no forgiveness. So, I don't know if my solution is the best solution. To me, it's the first thing that comes to mind. Lower attack, higher health sort of solves that problem where you aren't punished for not absolutely understanding the mechanic the way the dev wants you to. Especially, mind you, when the game doesn't even give you a tutorial to explain how the dev wants you to use it. You are on your own to figure that out yourself. Anyways, while you write up a defense for that, I'm not going to let it go either, by the way. You better have a good defense. Let's look through this page. I was kind of hoping that Mr. Orc would join us because this is German devs. We need someone to read the German for us. Also, I don't know how to pronounce this. Like in Slay the Spire, you have basically no heals, so block is very important. Okay, but you're just giving a defense for Slay the Spire. You're not giving a defense for this game. You got to give a defense for this game, not another game. Because this isn't Slay the Spire. Good day, adventurer. Here, you will find a short playable prototype, 5 to 10 minutes. I didn't notice that it was only 5 to 10 minutes. Oops. Well, we will probably not finish the timer. Best defense, Pixie run. All right. Okay. A game idea called Saligia? I don't know. This is why we need Mr. Orc to do the German pronunciation. Using a controller is highly recommended. Quest through a simple quest line and learn more about the corrupted region named Gula. Fight different types of corrupted fantasy creatures and mutated bosses who likes to eat with a winky face. Choose your spell loadout from 4 different spells and a pair of runes to further customize your spell effects. Equip the scythe for melee combat or use the grimoire for range combat to adapt your playstyle. You're missing your face? Are you telling me that I'm missing my face? Because I guess I was. I see that I had it on the wrong screen. Please note that not every input method is supported or works properly. We highly recommend playing with an Xbox controller, which, since it was developed with an Xbox controller in mind, that's fine. I have mine over here. There's junk in the way. If your controller is not working properly, who cares? See, here it is. We're a small indie dev studio from Germany. So where's Mr. Orc? Anyways, this actually looks pretty nice. I really like the colors, actually. It's very warm, kind of very, very autumny. Looks just really good. Looks good. And I'm sad to see fucking Arial font here. Oh, hey. Hello, Mr. Primo. Master, no. That's weird. All right. Unfortunate use of Arial font, defont Unity font, default font, and a lot of things because it starts with A. But everything else, you know, looks pretty good. Warm, colorful. Looks nice. Are we gonna finally find a good Unity game that's free? Are we gonna break the trend? Oh, hey, I forgot to bring this up too. A couple of streams ago, I had mentioned that that it seems like all the developers of other, like in other game engines, like whether it's Unity or some other game engine, default German text. Like it always seems like the people in other engines have no interest in responding to like my reviews. Like it's just almost like they don't care about reviews of their games. It's only RPG Maker devs who seem to care about reviews of their game, which is one thing I'll give credit to for the RPG Maker community is that despite how insular it is, because it's insular, people are more community oriented and are more willing to speak and talk to developers. You know, you can foster a community as it were, through that. While with other engines, it kind of seems like they're more standoffish. They kind of don't give a shit. I talked about that before. Coincidentally, actually, I got my first ever reply to one of my comments on someone's game. You know, I left a review of their game. I always leave a written review of their game in addition to my video because, you know, these streams, they're not scripted. It's live, and I'm not the best at speaking all the time, you know. Thoughts don't exactly come clearly to my head, so being able to write it out, I can make things a little bit more concise and kind of hone in on some of the points that might have gotten a little bit lost in all of the drinking and whatever else. So I always leave a written review for folks. And I actually finally had a developer that was not an RPG Maker developer respond to me. So, and that was Fish, and let's just go to itch. It's fish. Let's just search fish. That should bring it up. Nope. There it is. Here we go. The developer of this game actually responded to me right here. So yeah, just wanted to shout them out. They're the first non-RPG Maker devs to actually respond to my comments. So good on you, Fava Beans. Good on you. Someone who actually cares about the game. Yeah, the question is, will something change with Unity or will something change with the RPG Maker community? I have a feeling that RPG Maker Unite is still going to be RPG Maker. So, like, despite it being built in Unity, it's still not really like the developers, you know, RPG Maker devs are going to really not have a lot of association with Unity devs. And so I think there's still going to be a separation between those communities. And as a result, Unity devs will continue to not give a shit about their community, and RPG Maker devs will continue to be extremely insular and not give a shit about anyone outside of their community. So it's kind of the extremes. It's the two extremes. Can we just meet in the middle somewhere, you know, where, you know, RPG devs are willing to just appreciate indie game devs because we're all indie game developers. And on the other hand, you know, Unity devs can appreciate that maybe having people who are interested in looking at your game kind of helps everyone, and we can all be helpful and share knowledge. Let's see, I was talking about communities and stuff. Maybe with Unite, Unity, and RPG Maker devs we'll talk more. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, I don't know. I feel like that's not gonna happen. We can only hope. But anyways, the whole reason I bring this up is because before I downloaded this, I noticed that someone else, which, by the way, this person, I guess shout out to them. They are everywhere. They are fucking everywhere. When I'm looking through itch games, I always see this person. Look at this. Look at how many games they have reviewed. They are just on top of it. So I don't know. Shout out to Queen Faith, I guess, because I've never even watched any of her videos. Let's watch let's watch her video on this game. I assume it's a she since it's Queen. I see her everywhere. I've never watched any of her videos, but let's find out what she's about because, my goodness, she always beats me to the punch on these games. Serious defense. Blocks seem overpowered at the start of the game, even with less enemy attacks. Spamming them seems to be the best strategy. Anyways, if you add more HP to the boss, the fight will just be longer. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, okay, so that just means okay, I'll agree with you on that. That's only a defense for having more HP. It's not really defending lowering the attack, so I'm still half right. They should still lower the attack. Anyways, let's take a brief look at Queen Faith Official. Wow, they have more subscribers than me. Do they get more views than me? That is the question. 15 views. Doesn't look like it. Well, when did they upload this? 4 days ago. Doesn't look like it. Let's look at my own stats. Let's go to YouTube. I also have pitiful views. So that makes me think they had either a viral video or they too used to do YouTube more seriously with something else, but then kind of pivoted. Those are my live streams. Let's look at like my recent uploads. Like we have some of these stream archives. Look, we got 16, 11, 40, and 9 views right there. So yeah, yeah, and live streams. You know, live streams actually do a lot better. Most of you folks are here for live streams. Although, well, okay, to be fair, this one's been broken up into 2 parts, so that's really gonna hurt my viewer retention. But yeah. Anyways. So let's take a look. This person is everywhere. They are just reviewing everything. Oh my.
Finally, a new region to steal knowledge from.
Of course, that's the first thing you would
Cinematic. Cinematic 10 frames per second.
Village nearby. Let's see if the humans' agriculture.
It's kind of like my. It's kind of like last week's stream. Yeah, you saw. I mean, there's no secret there. You can see all of them right here. Every game that's in my retroactive grades, it's not you. It's the person's video. Anyways, you can see all the games that like all the future videos right here, right? Like these are the games that I have already cut. So there you go. No secret. You want to see it again? Here you are. Here you go. Here you go. They've all been scheduled, so they're all gonna come out. So there you go. You've now, you've seen the future. So, anyways, so no wonder why this girl's on top of it. There's no commentary or anything. It just seems to be like a playthrough, and that's it. So I kind of assumed it might have been like a review, but this just seems like playthrough.
Watch out! A pack of wolves thinks you are easy.
Well, we'll take a look at it, and fingers crossed that I don't have the same problem as last week. Although I have literally done nothing at all since last stream. Like I haven't changed any settings or anything. So who knows? It could be like last week's stream, and my stream will be just as choppy as that video that we just watched. Let me bring this over here because sometimes Unity wants to try to open on the other screen if I have the folder over there. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you there. You're right. Having a playthrough is better than nothing. I'm just saying I see that person everywhere. Like constantly when I'm looking through itch.io games, they are just present. They are just present in every itch comment section. So I was curious to see what they do. Now I know how they're able to get videos out so quickly. They basically just record themselves with no talking or anything. So, oh my god. I should have known this was going to be a problem. Do they have, You do have options. Wow, even for a beta. I'm kind of impressed. This is definitely not rendering in 1440p though. That's for sure, because it's in a windowed screen. This is like 1080p. I'm going to leave it in windowed because if I remember correctly last week when I put it in windowed, I think it kind of behaved better. So I'm just going to leave it in windowed mode. Because like I said, I haven't adjusted any settings since last week. So if I haven't adjusted any settings, I still suspect that I might have like a really choppy stream. Let's see. If even you can't run the game well, then the game is optimized kind of bad. Oh, I could, like, last week, like, I don't know if that person... Yeah, like, last week when I was streaming, like, the stream itself, like, OBS, was showing a really choppy frame rate. But what I was playing was totally smooth. I was getting plenty of frames. It was, you know, like, even in some of the higher, nicer games that I was playing, higher quality games, I was still getting, like, you know, 90 frames per second or something like that. So it's totally fine. My mouse is locked to this tiny little window. I wanted to start the timer. Where is my timer? I can only play RPG Makers in 60 frames per second. 144 frames. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna leave it in windowed because I think it'll be smoother there. There hasn't been any sound effects so far. I think there's some with. Okay, we can turn up the volume a little bit. Oops. Okay. All right. Well, that's that. Oh, suddenly it's now larger. Why did that happen? Why did it just get bigger all of a sudden? Now it wants to be in 1440. Okay. 14. Oh, please. Oh, please. Don't make me have to do it like this. Oh, please don't make me have to scroll through each refresh rate and each size. Each size with each refresh rate. Oh, just make it a drop-down menu or something. Let's see. I wonder if he can play 5th era on 6. What's 5th era? Let's turn up the master volume a little bit. Okay. Oh, one of the oh my god, I keep doing that. That's because I've been playing Oblivion. Although I don't use the controller, so why am I pushing Y? I don't know. The reason why I wanted to come here was because I was hoping they would have control options. And they don't. Okay, how bad is it on mouse? This is the same thing as that student project we looked at last week? No, week before last. Where, like, my choices are, I can either use keyboard and mouse, which the game was clearly not developed for. So there's no button prompts or anything to help me with keyboard and mouse controls. So I can either struggle through keyboard and mouse, or the other problem is that I use inverted x-axis. I don't know why. I'm fucking weird, but it's just how I play games. And it's going to be... I'm going to have a lot of trouble wrapping my head around not an inverted x-axis here. So that I was kind of hoping for... options in the menu to invert the x-axis because I'm weird and I play with inverted x.
A new region to steal knowledge from.
Of course, that's the first thing you would say.
The capital's herald mentioned a village nearby. Let's see if the humans' agriculture has evolved by now.
So the scythe talks. Interesting. Oh my god, this is gonna kill me, the inverted X. Oh, there's like a... Oh, I see. Okay, so the little diamond in the corner down here. It's kind of like indicating the face buttons on the controller. So, like, X is the scythe, Y is that. I guess there's a cooldown on everything, because now they're all grayed out. Yeah. You like the German accent? Yeah, actually, it's not so bad. I kind of like the German accent, too. I was just saying, there's something that's kind of... What's the word, like... Is this AI voice or real voice actors? Yeah. Oh, I can't... Oh, there is mana. Okay, but the mana refills with attacks. So what is A? Oh, okay. I just kind of like snap? Okay. Alright. There's MP, you fool. Shut up. I know. I realize that now. And it seems to fill. I kind of wish this would, like, move faster. That would be a good option to have in the options menu, is set the speed at which you can move this, because some people might have trouble using the analog stick to aim, so slower movement is better. But I feel like I would just want to, like, really snap this right into place, just kind of a flick to get it right where I want, and it's really hard to do it at this speed. I wish there was more breakable boxes. I want to break boxes. very guided, very linear. I don't hate that, but it also kind of sucks because I see that wolf over there and I want to go over there. Is this game Alyx? No, oh, I see what she's telling me. Okay, hang on, let me finish this fight and I'll change the text. Ah, inverted! It's not inverted X! Oh my god. No, I don't want you to shut up. I just wanted you to shut up about you harassing me about the MP thing that I was blind to. Current game. Here it is. What is this? Saliva. We'll call it Saliva. There we go. That's not the name. I don't know how to pronounce the name, so it's now Saliva. Saliva, the game! They talked about monsters eating you anyway, so clearly there's gotta be something or other about saliva. I mean, what else could it be about? You know, this is okay. So this also sort of has a problem of that other like student game I talked about a couple of weeks ago, where like the melee has like no like auto targeting. So like when you get into a combat, you keep moving in the same direction that you were facing. And when you start, like, rubbing bodies against the enemy, you kind of start drifting off to the side. Like you can see there, like that, right? Pretend this tree is an enemy. I just want to attack straight at the tree, right? That's my goal. But if I do that, I start kind of sliding off to the side. This is why you'd want some sort of auto-target, so that way you don't just start gliding off in some direction. Yeah, it would be nice if mono refilled a little bit outside. Even if it was just part of the way. Like, just give you at least one skill. But thanks for joining, Mr. Primo. Glad to have you here, even if it was for a short little bit. Game is uncomfortably quiet sometimes. I know this game has auto-targeting too, because that skill that I just used auto-targets the enemies. Like, I don't really have to aim it, it just snaps to the enemy. So if I skip that town, is this gonna break the game at all? See? Oh, I guess I'm dead. I didn't even notice my health. Oops. Alright, we'll just respawn back at the beginning, I guess. Yeah, on that note, I guess it would be nice to have some sort of indicator besides just your health down below. I've talked about this before. There needs to be redundancy for things. Like, you might think, oh, I have a UI element there, so people just need to pay attention to that. But you'd be surprised at how little people pay attention. I know I'm streaming, so my brain is, like, halfway focused on being entertaining and halfway focused on actually playing the game. So I am more likely to miss things. But, even still, having, just having some sort of redundancy, like you'd see a lot of AAA games, dead with a health potion in the inventory, but you see, like, a lot of games that have, like, I'm touching my screen, like, as if you can see that. A lot of games, even if you have a health bar, they still do, like, a sort of a red gradient around the outside, so it's way more easier to know that you have low health. That way, it's difficult to like miss that fact. So it doesn't feel like it's your fault if you died. Like, hopefully with that kind of, you know, red gradient on the outside or some sort of audio cue. I don't encourage the audio cue because, you know, I think of like Zelda where you have the beep beep when you have low health. That just gets irritating. So I don't recommend the audio cue, but it does serve its purpose. Where it will at least inform the player that, hey, your health is low, so maybe you should, like, try to do something. One thing I noticed with that, so I think if I just hold Y, yeah, if I hold Y, it just moves the thing all the way out to its furthest point. So I don't know if I like that or hate that. Like, one thing I can say for sure is if they're going to do it that way, once again, it'd be nice to have it just kind of flick out to its furthest point. Because I would want it to move a lot faster than... Okay, now it's not doing it. Okay. Weird. Huh. I saw it while playtesting my game at the same time. I just get out of here with this. What does the yellow one do? I'm gonna die again. I don't know what the yellow one did. Oh, there's a dodge. Look at that. I don't know if the attacks are... Oh, wait. Did I just restore... Oh. Are the potions on cooldowns? There is a cooldown icon, but it moves much faster than the refill. Does it just refill itself after a certain period of time? It didn't heal a lot. Wow, that really didn't heal a lot at all. Okay, so it just seems like the potion just automatically refills after a certain amount of time. Although where that cooldown is not very clear. Because there is a cooldown display, but it's just like... I think it's to stop you from spamming. Like, it's just like a cooldown on the button press itself, but not a cooldown on like when your potion will be refilled. Alright, so let's try this again. I'm going to skip the town. Let's see if I break the game by skipping the town. Inverted X. Oh, see, they're up to my shenanigans. They figured some players would try to skip town, and what do? They have a broken bridge. All right. Good on you, devs. All right, what's in the town then? It's very empty. Looks very, very abandoned. Oh, there's even an enemy here. It's sort of weird how that skill just kind of snaps you to the enemy. There's no transition at all. Alright, so there's like a bounty board here. It's weird that it's on right bumper.
I have discovered that the farmers have established a new settlement in a glade deep in the forest. If you would like to go there as well, I propose a deal. I'll lead you to the farmers' new settlement, and you'll give me escort in exchange. The forest is crawling with monsters, and I don't plan to kick the bucket early. You will find me at the edge of the forest north of the village at campsite. Most humble regards, Town Scribe Wilhelm.
Watch out! A pack of wolves thinks you are easy prey.
Combat sounds kind of lack some impact, but I don't know. I don't mind this game. Oh, I'm gonna die. I died. Damn. I mean, there's not really a lot I could do in that instance, because like my health potion was exhausted, so I didn't have anything to heal myself with. Is it gonna respawn me back at the beginning? Yeah. Well, that sucks. So I have to go through all of that again. I guess it's not really leveling, so is there any reason to fight the enemies? Or are we going to cause a problem like with the game I played last week? Not last week, the week before. That student game I've mentioned a few times now. Where I skipped all the enemies and the whole game got broken because I did that. Are they going to follow me everywhere? Do they have infinite aggro range? Kind of looks like it. Might have just screwed myself with that then. An inverted X!
Looks like the village has been abandoned for some time.
I was gonna mention on this board over
Apparently there
the
is
bulletin
nothing
board
of
over
value
here.
anymore.
You know, Mr. Primo had mentioned that if it's AI generated, I don't think it is, but there was like kind of a funny warble to like the guy's voice that sounds reminiscent of like an AI generated voice. There were some inflections that
We really
sounded
don't
natural.
have time for that now.
There were some like natural inflections, but just like the more neutral tone of the voice almost sounded AI generated. I wonder. It does call into question. I wonder if there is AI generated voice. By the way, is there a save? Oh, I think it mentioned that I have like other spells too, or something. Runes. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Area follows the enemy that the barrage is cast upon. Okay. If Scourge is fully channeled, receive 33% damage. I haven't used this purple skill yet. Fires a projectile that travels forward. Enemies hit by the projectile receives 140 damage. Costs 40% mana. Okay, I see. So it's just kind of like it fires in a straight line and just like cuts through all the enemies, I guess. I don't know. This one seems to be the best, but I don't know if I really want it to follow because it kind of sets up an area of denial. So I don't know if I'd really want to apply that buff to it because I don't really want it to follow an enemy. I want to set up an area of denial. Can you change? Can't really change these. Alright. Oh, here we go. This describes the potions. So the red one recovers 25% of your health over 2 seconds. Blue one recovers... Oh, blue recovers life and mana? That's weird. That's not what I expected at all. I figured it was only mana. Let's see, yellow increases movement speed by 15%. That seems kind of useless, if you ask me. But I don't know, maybe it'll come into play somewhere. Your primary abilities generate 100% more mana per hit. Primary abilities is kind of a weird way to describe it. I think it just means your basic attack. So heal more mana with green. Move faster with yellow, which seems kind of useless. Blue covers health and magic. So, okay, weird. I can move. Oh, no. I can reassign these skills. Okay. Whimsid. Uses up the current mana and deals 423 damage to an opponent. Damage is based on the percent of mana consumed. Okay, interesting. I really feel like this is more about multi-target than single target, so I don't really want to do that. Okay, I can replace the weapon that I'm using too. Alright, so what does this do? Can't see. I guess nothing. Do I need an... Okay, it has a blink. That's cool. It would be nice if there's some sort of particle effect or something for the blink. You just kind of just snap to somewhere. I don't know what this book does. I guess let's just start the fight.
Watch out! A pack of wolves thinks you are easy prey.
Okay. Oh, that's multi-target too. This is what I was talking about. So can I just... Here we go. Use all my potions. I have 7% health. Come on. There we go. Guess I'll just run around until my health potion restores. That kind of sucks. Because this is kind of like with the cover shooter problem, right? You have like COD games. COD's not so bad because I guess they're kind of the progenitor of the chest high walls and wait until your health recovers. But like basically when you run low on health, the optimal strategy is to just run around like a little bitch until your potion is available to use. There's not enough feedback on like when to dodge or anything. It kind of feels like, once again, I think it was one of the games I played last week. I think it was Gadonia, where it just felt like MMO combat, where you don't really have a lot of input or skill into like dodging attacks. You basically snap to the target, and sometimes you can dodge skills, sometimes you're given the chance to dodge, but that's not like a main focus of the game, is skillful dodging.
This crystal should give our spells more power, but its power is corrupted.
What should happen? Tear us apart? Equip the crystal. I want to know what happens.
Okay, I picked up the crystal. Did I equip it, or do I need to go into the menu and equip it? Huh? Oh, there we go. Okay. So does it just want me to equip it to, like, these? Oh, yeah, okay. Slows enemies in the effect area by 50%. They seem to get stunned by it already, though. Like, when I was fighting that wolf pack, whenever I first summoned this skill, like, they got stun locked by it. So, like, why would I want to slow them down? They're already stunned by it. So what about this one? Heals the player while... That sounds like a good one. Alright, we'll do that. I kind of like the idea behind this game. Like, it's clearly just a demo.
Someone please help!
What the? Someone is now able to stay alive on his own. The voice came from somewhere deeper in the forest. Let's play the good ones and get a nice fat reward for the rescue. Shall we?
Yeah, there was a strange warble to that voice as well. That sounded really AI generated.
Looks like whatever attacked our sky didn't want to be followed. At least it dropped something shiny. Hand it over. Oh, and I noticed a second forest entrance across the river earlier. If you still like to find the useless scribe.
Yeah, like the intonation, like the syllables, like the pattern of the syllables kind of seems like inconsistent, which again is like similar to like a AI. And again, there's also like a weird warble to the voice, which also seems AI generated as well. So I actually wonder if Mr. Primo was onto something about this game. But not all the voices sound AI generated. Some of them don't. Why I want to do the skill? What? I have enough MP for it. There we go.
I'm sick of looking for people who can't defend themselves. How about a nice cold drink and playing some cards at the next tavern?
How primitive. and the tavern just pops out of nowhere in the middle of the forest.
Well, I'm just a man who wants his drink, okay?
You're the scythe, weapon of the apocalyptic horseman death. Stop being pathetic.
I'm trying to figure out if that's really AI generated or not. And I just realized the German voice actress there is actually the book talking. It's not the player character. So it's the scythe and the book that are talking, but the player character is totally silent. It's kind of an interesting dynamic. I kind of wish the player character at least talked a little bit, but it's still kind of unique. Mana's low. There we go. Okay. The game looks really pretty. I like these crepuscular rays. Pretty nice. Nice touches. All the little particles floating around too. Actually, the thing is like, this doesn't really look too much like a Unity game. Like, Unity's lighting out of the box. I can't ever, like, put my finger on it. I don't know how to describe it, but there's something about Unity's default lighting that just looks bland. And I'm kind of glad to see that despite this being a Unity game, it doesn't have that bland lighting to it. It actually looks like effort was put into the work in the lighting and colors and stuff. Like, I'm actually, you know what? This might be the first Unity game to, like, break that trend that I've had. Now we just have to hope that the developer responds and actually, you know, feels like they actually want to engage with people, unlike most other of the games I've played, which I think they will, judging by the comment to that other person that we watched their video. I found an okay Unity game. I did it. 9,500 more XP to go. So, like, the dodge works really well for projectiles, because the projectiles move slow enough that I'm able to predict when to dodge. But, like, the melee encounters, like, you don't really get enough information to know when to dodge. I feel like they should really take notes from, like, Platinum Games. Like, they've really mastered, what is the... I had the fucking word on the tip of my tongue. Showing when to, like, dodge. They have this really cool system they've used for a long time now to, like, really telegraph. That's the word I'm looking for. To telegraph when the player should dodge. You know, they'll have the enemy, like, in the animation, they'll have a nice big wind up for their attack. So you'll see the big animation. It's a big exaggerated animation. When it reaches the apex of its swing, there's like a little glint on the weapon. So just a little glint saying, oh, it's about to swing. And you can also hear there's a little sound cue that goes shing. So it tells you, like, not only do you get the initial wind up of seeing the enemy lift, have this big exaggerated animation. So you get that. That's already giving you a lot of information. And then you have the glint and the sound cue. There's so much redundancy in place to make sure that the player knows what's about to happen. So when you miss the dodge, it doesn't feel like you didn't know why. you know exactly why. It feels like it's your fault. And here, I mean, I know it's a small indie studio that's probably on a shoestring budget. So doing a bunch of like really nice telegraphing animations would be difficult to do and probably expensive. But I definitely think the sound cues and stuff like that. There's also like, they already have like the path, right? Like there's this blue arrow, right? A lot of MMOs draw the little telegraph on the floor. They could definitely do that with enemies. They might not be able to do the animations, but drawing a little path on the floor to say, hey, the enemy's about to attack, along with the sound cue and little glint or something, I think would go a long way in helping the player know when to dodge melee attacks. And that actually feels pretty good too. In fact, I almost kind of wish there wasn't such a long cooldown on the dodge, because it feels satisfying to like dodge at the last minute. I want to talk about Platinum Games now, because like it would be nice if they had like some sort of reward, just like in Platinum Games. Like in Bayonetta, you'd have your witch time for dodging at the last second, so you get that risk and reward. It'd be super cool to have something like that in this game. I realize it's kind of supposed to be like a Diablo-like game, and that's not what Diablo is about, but it doesn't have to be exactly like Diablo, you know? It could have its own identity, and I think a unique identity for a game like this would be having some of that action-oriented, like fast movement, skilled dodging kind of stuff. Guess I'm going here. I heard something click in the distance. Okay. It's funny, they said this game was 5 to 10 minutes. How long? Where's my timer at? I have 12 minutes left. I don't think it's a 5 to 10 minute demo. Granted, I've died a couple of times, and I've been talking and ranting a lot, as I do. But, yeah, that's definitely developer playtime, not first-time player playtime. Oh, fuck me! All the way back at the beginning? Did the quest at least save, or did everything reset? It looks like the quest at the top is still the same, so I don't think it reset everything. Is there a way to cancel? Nope. Yeah, once again, I really wish there was some sort of feedback when your health is low. Because I had potions. I could have easily avoided that death. I just didn't realize how low my health was. I feel like health should really, very, very slowly, but should regenerate outside of combat. Just like, you know, a percent every, like, I don't know, 2 seconds or something. It can be really slow, but at least that way, when you're out of combat, you're not entering the next combat scenario at, you know, super low health. So I just have to remember to use my potions. So it kind of starts becoming a game of babysitting potions. I mean, if this was a Diablo-like game, that's very par for the course for the genre, but kind of sucks. do the skill. What are you doing? Oh, I'm stuck in place. What's this? There we go. Oh, there we go. Did it work? I don't know. Yeah, it's dead. Okay. I think this is where I wanted to go. Yeah, I think this is where I died last time. Oh, do the skill! The skill is like bugged. There we go. That didn't wipe them all out though. This one hiding there. I do see one problem. If I went with the idea of like having more dodges, using the spell book, it'd be very easy to stay out of range if you had more dodges. So I don't know. They'd need to probably rework the dodge mechanic for the spell book if they applied more dodges. I think it would be more fun though. Things would feel a lot faster. But obviously, yeah, they'd need to rework some stuff to make that work. Oh my god, I wanted to just flick that into place. And it didn't work. Use a potion. Make sure to babysit your potions. Don't forget to babysit your potions. Oh, I forgot to babysit my magic potion, so I wasn't able to get a first strike on them. And once again, I'm locked into place trying to use a skill. Come on, man. This game had been doing pretty well, and then all of a sudden it feels like it's being really buggy about these skills. I don't know what happened, but... yeah. Doesn't like me using skills all of a sudden. Oh, there are enemies here. So, is this already activated? Okay. Here, a click in the distance. A little bit vague. I wish it gave me a little bit more direction, but I guess there's not too many paths to explore, so maybe eventually I'll find it. I killed all the enemies over here, but I don't know if I found what the purpose was. Was there anything here? Doesn't really seem like it. A house over there. Is that just... no, okay, that's the like farmhouse or something I already went to earlier. Is it here? This door? Okay, I don't know if that thing I touched earlier opened this door or not. Why is that still there? Babysit potions. Okay, my dodge didn't work for some reason. I guess I was locked into that animation.
Oh, you finally got it. I was starting falling asleep.
It would be interesting to cut it open and examine it, to understand the mutation process.
You're a little nuts. You know that, right?
Alright, right on. Killed the boss. Boss wasn't really the most exciting thing. So if we were to go the Diablo route with this game, as it kind of feels like it has a lot of influence from, I think a lot of Diablo bosses have a bunch of like extra enemies around them, which kind of makes it a little bit more threatening. It's not just about running around the room, avoiding a single attack. Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing our prototype. If you want, you can keep exploring. Press continue. Oh, okay. You can barely tell that that text is highlighted. I really feel like they should not just brighten the red, but maybe completely dim an option, so you know which one you selected. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. This is a pretty cool game. It has a long ways to go, which is a shame. I'm not really a fan of like super early access games because, you know what, history has shown that those games are pretty much more likely to never be finished or to be finished almost a decade from now. So it's like, it's almost kind of like there's no reason to get excited about this game because the future is so far unknown that, you know what, history has shown me that this game won't get finished, which is kind of unfortunate, kind of downer to think about, but like I don't want to have to put it that way, but it is kind of true just based on history. Not saying there's anything wrong with these devs. Maybe they have the chops to pull it through, but making a game like this is hard and long, and I don't know if they have the pedigree to be able to see it through to the end. And even if they do, seeing it through to the end could be, as I said, a very, very long time from now. They're going to be like the RM devs who have been working on the same game since, you know, RPG Maker fucking XP or something. They're saying, no, 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 it's going to be the greatest game of all time. It's just taken me 12 years to make my game. Yeah, I don't know. How much time is left? Just a minute? Yeah, it's fine. I'm not gonna explore around. We finished the game. It's cool. It's cool. There's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential because it's very early stages. Let me stop the timer. So yeah, I don't know. It was cool. Does it say anywhere here about using AI to generate the voice? Was it just like weird? I don't think that was weird recording. I think that really was AI generated. Let's check out their webpage. Suspicious.games. Fantasy games doing things since 2021. So it looks like they have a Android game. Looks like a clicker kind of game. So at least they've actually finished a project, which is more than what a lot of RPG Maker devs can say. Fortuna! Yeah, I don't know. I hope they're able to continue work on this game. Like I said, it's hard to get excited about something that's so early in development because history has shown these kind of things either just don't get finished or don't get finished for a very long time. And at which point the world will be a different place, I will be a different person, and we will be doing different things. And also different games will have released between now and then, which may have made this game less interesting. So anyways, let's throw it in the grading system here, and is it a quality store page? Yeah, I think the store page is all right. It gives you the information you need to know. You finished a project? Why don't you submit it to me so I can review it? Oh, these should also, just for, I want it to be all caps. It's just how the formatting is. Okay, I'll say it has a quality store page. It's totally fine. Especially since it's just a demo. I mean, if this was like an actual finished product, I definitely think that there would need to be more information here. It's just not released in English yet. Okay, all right, fair enough. If this was a finished product, the store page would need a lot more information, but as a prototype, the page is totally passable. Polish, yeah, I had some jank there with my skills where like it would snap me and auto aim me at the target, but then I'd get rooted in place and never use the actual skill until I pressed. Well, I would never use the skill, and the only way to break out of the rooted position my character was in was to dodge out of that. So yeah, not super great. Accessibility, it's gonna get a 0 because I need inverted x-axis. They didn't even have inverted y, which is a common option to provide. I know inverted x is a little bit weird, but definitely inverted y is pretty common. So yeah, I get a 0 there. It didn't really provide much clarity either. The game was pretty simple to pick up. I'll give them credit on that. It was pretty easy to pick up. It would have been nice, at the very least, if they had like said, hey, you can open your menu pressing the start button or whatever to check your skills and adjust things. Because at least in the start menu, it gives you more information about your potions and your skills and stuff. But without actually going into the menu, you have no idea what any of those things do. So at the very least, for a prototype, for basically a very early beta demo, they should have at least provided that bare essential. Balance seemed fine. Unique identity it looked really nice. Although I will hesitate to say the game looked nice, but it did seem fairly generic fantasy. So it's not really the setting that I would say holds up its unique identity. The setting seems very generic and not very unique. What does give it the unique identity, however, is I like that the book and the scythe talk to each other. That's a nice touch. And just the overall art direction for the world looks really nice. So despite it being in a fairly generic setting, at least the art was well done. So there we have it. It gets a 3, which is not bad for a beta. Cool. Man, can you believe we still have 2 more games to get through? Man, it feels like I've been streaming for a long time. I've already been streaming for 2 hours. 45 minutes is too long for these games. Why did I set it to 45 minutes? Okay. Next. I'm gonna remove Alyx Ascended. Oops. And Saliva. Okay, couldn't find Saliva. And by deleting these, just make less games. What do you mean by make less games? You mean pick less games? I think, is that what you mean? Pick less games. Instead of 4, I'd like pick 3 or something. Yeah, but 3 feels like... Honestly, I'd even say 4 feels like it's too few. But for the length of time I have to stream, it's quite a lot. If it was like a proper video, like a proper scripted and edited video for YouTube, 4 is too few. But this is a live stream where I have to be present for the whole thing for the whole time. So even though 4 feels like too few, unfortunately, there's still the matter of time being present that I have to contend with. And so I've settled with 4 because it feels like the just right amount for a stream. Anyways, current game. We're playing corn sausage. Corn sausage. Corn sausage. How are we doing on drink? I've almost finished this whiskey. I don't know. You think I can finish that tonight? I'm sure if I take shots like fucking last week, I probably could finish it, but I don't really want to do that. I wound up staying up till like 5 a.m. last week. I don't want to do that again. Let me go ahead and top off my drink. And then I guess we'll start with corn sausage. Finish off what drink I have here. You know what? I'm going to need to use the restroom soon anyways. I might as well go now. So why don't I just put on some music? That music's going to get me copyrighted. I don't want to use that one. Yeah, some games only deserve 15 minutes while others need 40. Yeah, that's the thing also about doing it live as well, is I have no way to predict that kind of thing, right? So I can only just assume best case scenario and go from there. And sometimes best case scenario is not the best case scenario. Don't get me wrong, I used to do videos a lot. The thing is that gets me is I absolutely hate editing. I really wish editors weren't so expensive. 'Cause like for the price of an editor, I could basically hire someone to program a plugin for me. Or I could hire my artist to do some art, right? Because I would love to just do like videos. I would just love to just record my voice, record some gameplay, and then send it off to someone to cut it up and make it into something interesting. Because I just hate editing so fucking much, which is why I do this live stream. But I would so much more prefer to do videos for this kind of thing. And then I still like doing live streams too, don't get me wrong. But I would probably just make most of my live streams just shooting the shit, you know, just chatting with chat and doing game dev stuff. And then leave the video, the game reviews for like scripted video stuff, which would probably be more entertaining and also probably be more successful in the YouTube algorithm too. But that's not what we're doing. We just have to, this is the bed I've made and we just have to sleep in it, so. Now, I am looking for my music because I'm just going to go ahead and use the toilet. So, I'm going to put on some beats while I use the toilet and refill my drink. And then we'll start with corn sausage when I come back. What do I want to do? I don't remember what I used last time. I know I've used the forest a lot. I think I used the vast seas last time, so why don't we do hot fire, great hot fire, what is it called? I don't even remember what I've called it. I don't remember the name of it. Audio collection, Fiddleland, 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 where is it? Piano, serious business, fast seas, clear skies, theme, all my brothers, piano break, forest, mid boss, playful, crowds, great climb. Huh? Why is it not here? Did I name it something else? Oh, the cave. That's right. The file name is wrong. I should probably change that. Anyways, be right back. so many fucking times now. Don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorite songs that I've written for my game so far. It's kind of up there with the... It's hard to say. There's another song that I really, really like that I've written for the soundtrack that kind of like tied, I think, for like my favorite so far. But I'm working on preparing the closed beta of my game, and the level that I'm gonna give players access to is the level that music is for, and I've been running through it and playtesting it so much and polishing so much shit just to get it up to hopefully not be a complete buggy and horrible mess for whenever people start playing the closed beta. It's getting really close. So what I've been doing these past couple of days is I'm still working in my main project, just like polishing stuff that needs to get done no matter what. But I had actually created a checklist of everything that needs to get done before I actually fork it off. I'm going to just make a duplicate of the project, and then I'm going to have a demo version of the project that I'm going to be editing. And the demo version of the project will obviously remove some maps, have some stuff changed just to make it smaller and more demo-like. But before I fork it off, I just wanted to make sure that everything that needs to get done, no matter what, whether it's the demo or just my main game, is done. And so far, I think I'm at that point. I'm going to sleep on it tonight. Like, just before I started the stream, I was about to go ahead and fork the project off into the demo version. But before I did that, I was like, no, I should probably sleep on this and just make sure that that the game is actually ready. I want to make sure that I didn't forget something. But I think I'm there. So hopefully tomorrow, if I haven't thought of anything, I can fork it off into the demo build of the version, make the adjustments that need to be done for the demo version, and once those adjustments have been done, I'll playtest it in a deployed version. And if there's no problems in the deployed version, then I think I will be good to go to finally have some people playtest my game. So anyways, Corn Sausage is my first publicly available RPG MV game. The player takes on the role of Cool Guy, a loser living with their mom, as they experience the greatest night of their life in a quest to prove mom wrong. Twin-sized mattresses do, in fact, constitute adequate decoration. Recruit friends, solve mysteries, and enjoy delicious food as you travel the tri-state area in search of the legendary mattress store. It features a mostly silly tone, I could tell, but has some heart to it. Not counting optional content, the game runs about 2 hours long. Corn Sausage was developed as an exercise in kicking myself out of the nest, so to speak. With 3,000 hours and 2 private projects under my belt, I was ready to make something grand to release to the public. Before I could do that, however, I forced myself to spend 2 months and no more on this project, thus the Pokemon art style that I would have no choice but to show to the public. First of all, right on, Dev. Good thinking. Because I have talked about this before, Fortuna, is that we cannot just spend forever making games. We need to stop working on games and start finishing games. Which that sounds really poignant, but doesn't make my point very clear. You gotta either dial back the scope, whatever it is that needs to get done. Dial back the scope, dial back the goal of the project, whatever needs to get done, or just release your project in like episodes. Start finishing projects. Stop spending forever working on your projects. So, anyways, good on you, Dev. You got the right idea. Good on you, man. Spend 2 months to finish this project and move on to a new one. 2 months is probably a little bit short, but I get for your goal here that you're trying to accomplish, it's totally fine. So Anyways. Yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at this game. I don't know if I'm going to click with it very well. There's some buzz around it. Like, he was getting some comments on the RPG Maker forums, and it's got some comments down here. So it gives me hope that it's not the worst game in the world. So, but also the silly tone, you know, I've played other humorous games in the past, and they have not really clicked with me at all. So we'll see if this one's going to click with me, or if I'm just going to be rolling my eyes the whole time. But we'll find out. I know I need to replace 7 commercial background musics and finish playtesting. Scope determined. Alright, starting off with some horrifying music. We'll turn auto sprint on, sure. Mystery option? Sure, turn it on. That was mystery option is one of the... Let me turn it down a little bit. It's a little bit loud. Mystery option is one of the options in Stanley Parable. I really should get that game. Keyboard config? Oh my god, even this jank-ass fucking game has keyboard config. How come other games that look nice and, like, well thought out don't have keyboard config, but this jank game that was slapped together does have keyboard config? Dev needs the dev should read my tutorial on how to set WASD as a default. Because here's my argument. Even though it's called WASD movement, it really sort of supports both preferences. Like, so your default layout, you have Q and W here. So it does move those with WASD. But I really feel like that's easier to adjust to for players. Like, with WASD, you still have arrow keys. Like, you have way more keys to use here with WASD. So I really feel like WASD should just be the default layout for Yonfly's keyboard config. Because, yeah, I mean, both players are catered to WASD or arrow keys. Anyways, so, cool stuff. Glad that's there. Let me turn this down a little bit here, too. Alright. Start the timer, too. We gotta reset it first. Okay. Keyboard, press Z to continue. Xbox controller, press A. Oh, is it Z? No, it's not Z with WASD. So your text boxes are a little bit mismatched. X to backspace, can't, yeah. Anyways, it's totally fine. Well, it seems like maybe, Yonfly keyboard config was kind of thrown in at the last minute. This is you. You are cool guy. What is your name? Cool guy is totally fine by, I guess I'm cool guy A? Is this backspace? Nope, now I'm cool guy A back. Oh, there we go. Okay. Your name is Cool Guy? Yes, that's me. Do you want to learn the lore behind this world you are about to enter? Yes, lore, please. No, thank you. We'll go with lore. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The world has descended into chaos. There is a little hope for humanity to survive all along the share of the earth. Natural disasters, catastrophic sale becoming the occurrence of the news reports of mechanical lords and oh my god, as people and animals lose their homes and lives, their way to the hero in the bedroom of the home in the hometown in the USA, our heroes. Oh my god! Enjoy the game, cool guy. Rest in the bed and heal yourself? No, that's not right. It's 9 p.m. Cool guy! Did you just wake up? Do you know what time it is? Party time. It's 9 p.m. Cool guy. I need you to get yours. Looks like skit. I think it's supposed to be shit. Text defiling on white screen. If you're gonna wake up this late, go do a quest or something and get some money and decorate your room. But my room is decorated. A twin-size mattress with plain white sheets is not decorations, my sweet dearest first and only born child. I think twin-size mattresses make for great decoration. That is a factual incorrectness, or as many around here would label a flat-out lie. I think it's more of a simple difference of opinion. Silence! Go now and find some purpose to steer your flailing directionless, I think it's supposed to be flailing, directionless life away from my house. But where do I start? Go visit the quest man. He will give you a quest and you can earn enough money to decorate your horrid bedroom. That's the mom? Isn't that like the young lass from Pokemon? Your mom is young lass? Oh, it's using Pokemon Gold or Crystal, whatever you want to call it. Gold, silver, crystal art. I'm weirdly hit with nostalgia over this game. Can I get this? Oh, okay. Oh, I got the thing. Can I talk to the cow? Oh, I guess I'll just fight. What do we have? We have heal and smolder. Unleash your good looks against all enemies, weakening them to other attacks. Chill. Is that gonna be like a guard? Yeah, I think so. Oh, it heals. That's funny. You just throw yourself at the enemy. Since being in the way, maybe you can take it out from a different direction. Okay. Cool guy doesn't know how to deal with this obstacle yet. Alright. Hey there, cool guy. The usual? Is there supposed to be a bar? Didn't think it was a bar. Don't ever come in here empty pocketed putting on the old aw gee whiz act, okay? It's embarrassing. I don't know what that says. Gives cool guy a tequila tonic. It's limey tequila-y and gets the job done. Cheers to that. Ask about a quest. Try to make some money by doing quests. I want to decorate my room and show my mom who's boss. She's the worst. Unfortunately, I don't have any quests tonight. It's been a slow one. Usually I'd have heard some call to adventure by now, but not yet. Oh, I understand. I'm planning a short walk to the sites after work, though. Maybe you can join me for that if you're still awake and adventuring. My blue-haired friend, I might just take you up on that. This place is usually hopping at 9 p.m. I wonder where everyone's gone. Actually, trash has a cocktail napkin in it. Okay. Can I interact with Belle? No. Appears old Oscar is once again taking a nap in an inconvenient location, preventing cool guy from taking the path northward. Kick him. Fucking A. What is it, cool guy? What's got you lying back on the grass like this? Oh, I was just watching the stars, thinking about something my grandson said about them. He's 4 now, right? Kids that age say the darndest things. What'd he say? He'll turn 4 in November. We were sitting in the backyard staring at the stars. By this point, we were pretty quiet. He's usually a pretty introspective little guy, likes to think to himself. Suddenly he says to me, Grandpa, what if someone else is looking at the stars right now? And I told him there certainly are many people staring at the stars right now. And the little bugger, he asked, do you think they're all this happy? Wow. Didn't have the heart to tell him the truth. That's probably for the best. Anyways, I'll be getting out of your way soon. I'd just like a moment to wrap it up here. Sure thing. One of my favorite nighttime activities is opening the menu with... Okay. This guy doesn't know how to deal with this obstacle yet. Give me this stupid butterfly. Got it. I heard a new restaurant open up down the road. Is it any good? Haven't been there yet. Might go try it out. Let me know what you think, what they got, etc. By the way, bro, you haven't seen my house keys, have you? No, sorry, locked out again? I'll keep my eyes peeled. Thanks, cool guy. Do I have a menu, by the way? I do. What's in the bag? I got 2 butterflies. The description is 2 pretty butterflies. Weapons, armor, key items. I have a feeling those might not be used too much in this game. And our achievements. Wow, 25 whole achievements. Got the usual options there. Guess I need to save. Cool guy, found a potion. Put the potion in the bag. Door appears to be locked. Cool guy found a berry. I love to save my game beneath the night stars and oh no. It's a good tutorial. The house. Town wishing well. You don't have any coins for wish making. Maybe later. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that. Excuse me there, Sonny. No one's allowed out after dark unless you're on a quest. Thank you for reinforcing my desire to get quests, but also fuck you. Stamina in a bottle. Appears to be locked. Punkunculon. Alright. Hey, cool guy, what's up? I'm looking for a quest. Oh, I saw a dinosaur in the wishing well the other day. Maybe that's a quest. You did not see a dinosaur in the wishing well. No, I absolutely did. What kind of dinosaur? It was, what do you call it? A Spinosaurus. Was walking around town, my dad and I. My dad was with me. He saw it too. We were walking around town. We heard this terrible noise, screeching like a screeching noise. You know, like when something screeches? Anyways, I said, whoa, man, Dad, I bet there's like, I don't know, a dog or something trapped in the old well. My dad, he told me that if I saved the dog, I'd be a hero of the town, and maybe the mayor would give me a key to the city, you know, like the mayor has been known to do. So I did it. I went up to the well, and I found a bucket, like, nearby or whatever, and tied a rope to it. And I threw the bucket down the well, and I said to the dog, hey, doggy puppy, dog, hey, in the bucket like a good boy or girl, and I'll pull you out. And the dog climbed in and pulled it up and took it home and said, ma'am, is this your dog? And she was this old, like, decrepit creature of a woman. And she said, oh, Biscuit, I'm so glad you're safe. And the mayor walked by and he called me a hero and everyone cheered. And now I have the key to the city. What about the Spinosaurus? You didn't let me finish. So yeah, we were walking back home, and we had to walk back by the well, and there was this other noise, and simply terrible noise, and we looked over, and holy shit, a Spinosaurus. I said to my dad, "That's Spinosaurus, right? What was it doing in the well?" Anyways, I just thought that'd be a good place to start for a quest. I'm gonna go browse Reddit now. Right on. This trash is mostly full of Baja Blast cans. Punk Chunkulon is watching a cartoon about a horse lost in a strange, bubbly land. Perfect for delaying the inevitable. Milk turning sour. Bed sheets are slimy. So I guess I just need to go to the well then. 'Cause I don't see anything else to do. No dinosaurs to be seen. How expected. So, what do I do next? I talked to this guy, right? Yeah, he just says ... Questman will not speak to anyone below level 5. Does that mean I have to fucking grind this thing? Alright, there we go, I'm level 5. That was kind of dumb. Welcome, cool guy. I see you have trained yourself diligently so that you might be strong enough to handle the excruciating but nevertheless rewarding experience of going on a quest and earning money. Yes, quest man, I, cool guy, am ready to embark on an adventure most fulfilling spiritually and economically. Then I have the perfect quest for you. I will accept whichever deed you name. I ordered a pork... I don't know what that is. Thing from my favorite Mexican place. Yeah, I was about to say it. It looks like a Spanish name. Place over in J-Town. The issue is I can't find any delivery guys willing to go all the way out there and bring it to me. That's where you come in. It will still be hot when I return, I promise. Though your mother babies and belittles you vainly in the name of protecting your earthly experiences from the inherent cruelty of man, you are a good, dependable person. Quest started. Alright. So I just need to go to the town, next town over. You meet around the world will have many interesting things to say, and not just the first thing they say to you. Not me right now, though. Oh, it just disappeared. Okay. Yeah, speaking of having not much to say, I don't have much to say about this game. It's just exists. I don't know, it's just been dialogue and walking, and that's it. Dialogue and walking and Pokemon art. Feel like that could be the name of a way too long video essay posted on YouTube about this game. It'd be like a 5-hour long video essay about this game. Hi there, welcome to Timmy's Tavern. Yeah, what kind of food do you guys do here? Buddy, Timmy's Tavern is a nationwide chain. Oh, okay, cool, but what kind of food do you guys do? Is this like bar food or... No, Timmy's Tavern is a family-style American comfort food establishment. We've served millions. We're all over the country. Brother, you can put out the fire in your veins. I have no quarrel with you. Our commercials run on every channel. Our billboards line the freeway. There's no way you don't know what Timmy's Tavern. I don't know if you're just at the end of a long night or something, but I'm just a guy. I don't appreciate the condescending tone you're giving me for just asking a question. Obviously, I've never heard of Timmy's Tavern before. I was just curious. I just wanted to know what I'm getting into. Then why are you here if you don't know what this place is? Because I like to try new things, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Listen, man. We're both human beings. I don't get why you're giving me a hard time about this. I don't get why customers have to be so fucking clueless and demanding. Jeez Louise. Listen, asshole. You want a table or not? I don't know. Yeah, sure, please. Thank you. Your server will be right with you. Thanks. Here's your menu. Thank you. Jesus. Hey there, welcome to Timmy's Tavern. Hi, I'm Paul. I'll be your okay. I'm Cool Guy. Nice. Today's specials are the Nashville hot chicken wings and Caesar salad or berry bowl and the French toast. How hot is the Nashville chicken? The Nashville hot chicken wings, I'm supposed to say they're extra hot, but I like you. They're less spicy than the French toast. What berries come in the berry bowl? Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. That's funny. I kind of just don't care. Oh, there's the title, corn sausage. Oh no, we're missing out on all the lore of corn sausage. Damn, we missed out on deep lore. Deep corn sausage lore. I don't even know what these stupid fucking butterflies are for. Oh, forget it. Copyright. Cool Guy, I am the creator. God? No, though you may call me that. Allah? I go by no earthly name. Okay. I must stop you from following this road. You are not yet ready to face the challenges that await you further on. Sure, return up the road from which you've walked. You will find your path. Sounds good. You'll find purpose yet, Cool Guy. Alright. Guy refuses to ignore the words of the creator. Yeah, I'm a little bit bored of this game. How are you doing over there, Fortuna? Game deving hard, making progress. I personally am a huge fan of saving the game frequently just in case I run into any catastrophic bugs or if I get punked by a boss battle. Alright, sure, I'll save. How much time do I have left? 24 minutes? Oh my god. Kill caves. I see what they've done with the lighting effect here. It's not exactly Terex lighting. They went with a really rudimentary method of doing lighting. They just put a picture over the screen. But the problem is that when you get to the edge of the map, it doesn't follow you. like here. No, here. No. I don't know. Maybe not here. Yeah. Open the box. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the dark caves in Pokemon, and this is not really. Oh man. Got another butterfly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really feeling this game. I may just stop playing it before the timer runs out. Feeling my way around in the dark for ladders and stuff. It's not really pinnacle of fun. Oh, well, at least I can see now. So much about to happen, none of it I can predict. I'm out of here. Safe travels. I found a mystic token. Cool guy puts a mystic token in the bag. Maybe I can use that mystic token at the well. I don't know. The combat is mostly just, you know, attack, 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 attack. And I'm not really into it. Do you want me to fucking play this for another 20 minutes? I'm not really having the most fun with this. Oh, I died. Oh no. Losing your Trent? Slowly? I don't know what you're talking about, my man. I'm done with this one. Yeah, I don't know. Still don't even know what Daint is. Yeah. Alright, so credit where credit is due. He's approaching game design, I think, from the right, excuse me, from the right angle, at least from what I could read here. But the game itself was, yeah, oof. Corn Sausage is my first publicly available RPG maker. Let's see, yeah. He does, he does give pretty detailed instructions for the installation. I don't know. I guess I'll give him the store page thing. It doesn't really matter. Store page doesn't really count towards the grade. It's just something that next guy on the list had recommended. Polish. I don't even know how to fucking grade this game. Accessibility. I mean, it did have Yawnfly keyboard config. I know I said that I was going to stop just giving a point for having it, but I also said that I was going to put it like a mark in here to say when I've denoted that change. The thing is that, like, if we look at this column, there are still a large number of games who don't actually implement Yawnfly's keyboard config. So it's almost kind of like, as much as I don't want to just give such an easy point away, it still seems pretty difficult for devs to do such an easy thing. So I think until I see a change in this trend, I'm going to continue to just go ahead and say, yeah, you put in Yawnfly options or keyboard config, congratulations, you get a point for accessibility. Clarity, on the other hand, yeah, as I was saying, I don't even know how to grade this game. The thing is, this game was so nothing. I don't even have an opinion on it. I don't think it gets balance. I can say that much for sure. It doesn't get a unique identity because it uses Pokemon assets. Although I suppose it has its sense of humor, but I don't know. The sense of humor was there. There's a couple of chuckles it got out of me. Technical, I think, was fine. I don't know, sure. I'll give him the point for clarity because I think those, like, accessibility and clarity are the only things I can give points for. I mean, it told me what to do. Didn't really explain combat, but then again, also combat was so basic. It was just attack, heal, defend, item, right? So I don't know. Did it need a tutorial for that? It probably could have benefited from one, but I don't know if it needed one. As for the quests themselves, they seem to explain things pretty clearly, I think. Where to go, what to do. I'll give them that 1 point for clarity. That's fine. Alright. Then, that brings me to the last one on my list here. The Oni Sellsword. This was one of the games that was actually submitted to me by a frequenter of the RPG Maker forums. And also, as I said, he also watches my archives. I don't think he's ever joined any of my live streams, but he's definitely in the archives. He's left comments. He's the one who had suggested adding the store page thing here. So, but I may want to revise the store page thing because, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, let's take a look. So this is the Oni Sellsword. Looks like it's mostly made out of RTP stuff. Yeah. It has maybe custom art for at least the characters. Like, the tile sets are all RTP, but I think the characters, the CG art is custom, maybe. So, yeah, let's see how this does. I am going to say, kind of ironically, considering he's the one who had suggested adding the store page option here, it's sort of ironic that his store page is really sparse. Like, he has the pictures up here, and it looks like he has a lot of... Well, never mind. even still, even if he had a lot of pictures, that still wouldn't change my opinion, which is that, like, down here in the about section, like, I mean, you give a paragraph and some bullet points and then a mature content description, and that's it. It's really basic. But, I mean, at least it's free. So even though it's on Steam, it's free to play, so cool. So, but, yeah, the irony here is that he recommended adding the store page thing, and whenever I get around to grading this, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a no on the quality store page. So, yeah. Let's just jump into it because I'm drunk and tired, and we've been streaming for 3 hours, so let's not spend any more time on this. Let's just jump right on into it. Playing the Oni Sellsword. I remembered something, and this is gonna be a first. World's first! World's first! World's first! First, I remembered to change the title for every single game. Even though sometimes I was late to do it, I still did it every single time. So, this is the first stream. Every game title was changed. So, let's see. I like the custom art. It's pretty cool. I am gonna say, it looks like this girl here has a little bit of a soul patch. Which is kind of funny. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a tattoo or something, but it just looks like a soul patch. But the colors are nice. I like the purple and pink. So, yeah. Let's see what we got for options. Oh, we got Yawnfly options. We got options core with keyboard config with WASD set as the default. I don't know where I'm selecting though. Where's the cursor? It's loud in my headphones. It's also loud on the stream. Adjust the audio first. There we go. That looks much better. So he also did something I've complained about in the past. Or he corrected something. What am I trying to say? He's done... Whatever. I've complained about... It looks weird when RPG Maker games, because they tend to be loud, it looks weird when you launch your game at like 40% master volume. It just looks fucking weird. Like, it looks like you don't know how to mix your game, so you just slam the volume way down. So, I will give him credit here where he didn't do that. He set the default volume at 100. Just the unfortunate thing is that RPG Maker is loud. So, I think it doesn't look so amateurish if you just set it to like 70. I would recommend doing that, is setting it to 70. That's what I do in my own game. 70 is a little bit on the low end. I've seen some like AAA games launch with like 80 or 90. That seems totally fine. 70 is really starting to kind of push it, but I think it's still kind of in the okay range of not looking too much like I don't know how to mix my game, so I just slam the volume down. Now we can look at keyboard config. So he has it here, but I don't see my cursor is the thing. Oh my god, I see it now. Can you see that on stream? It's a little bit clearer on this screen. So the color calibration on this screen is like more appropriate for... It's probably... So the color calibration on my monitor to the right is probably closer to whatever the dev is seeing than the color calibration on my main screen. The thing is I trust my main screen's color calibration way more than my secondary screen. And these two colors, like the non-selected color and the selected color that it flashes, are way too similar to each other. They almost blend together. Anyways, it is on WASD, so I don't need to change that. What I would recommend changing, though, is the highlight color to being something with way more contrast between the selected and unselected. Boy, oh boy, that inn sure looks cozy. Press space J or enter to continue. Sure thing. Warm beds, 4 walls. It's funny that they're using RTP sounds for that. For the text chatter. If only this coin could be used to pay for a room. Goddamn humans. Don't worry. A night sleeping on the ground won't kill you, errand girl. Although it may try to. Come out here, face to face, cowards! Strange, you don't look like bounty hunters. We have come on behalf of King Saw. I can see that from your armor. Does he think he can just bother me whenever he wants? I should think so. You're under arrest. Excuse me, you must have the wrong Oni. You are Xavian? The Oni Sellsword. Yeah, that's the deal. Is this his new way of summoning me? I know I can be uppity, but this is a little... You are a primary suspect in kidnapping of Princess La. Squad La. Princess La. It's kind of like he got through like the beginning of thinking what the name was, but then just kind of gave up on the name. I say he. Is it a girl? Maybe it's a girl. Is the developer a girl? I don't know. Sorry for assuming gender here. First of all, fuck you. She's a damn good friend of mine. Secondly, do you see any princesses around here, smart guy? Here's how this goes. Throw your sword away and put on these shackles. Or your head is the only thing coming back to the king. I will gladly sort this out with him, person to person. I will not wear those things. Ah! Person to person. Listen, cold skin, whatever leniency you think you've earned, this is it. Huh, you know what? I just realized I heard about an arrest warrant, but I never ran into any soldiers. Ah! Use the following keys to navigate. Okay, then use, okay, lastly use escape to cancel. These will be, okay. You can also use the mouse by left clicking or right clicking on anything. Man, the turn order display is fucking massive up here. Jeez. Also, the breathing rate, man. It looks like it looks like they're hyperventilating their breathing so fast. They need to calm down a little bit. So I appreciate that they have like a really basic general tutorial. That's the kind of tutorial that I would say is like one of those kind of tutorials that I feel like should be in an option. Like, because it's so generic that I think there's going to be a lot of players who already kind of know that basic information that it's not useful. So, I don't know. I would battle one for battle. Yeah. Well, I think it's all RTP except for the main character. The main character art. Like, the enemy art is not even custom. So it's just the main characters that have custom art, custom CG art. The pixel art looks like maybe modifications of the character generator. So yeah, before I continue to rant about this, let's see if there's any more of a tutorial on skills and stuff on how to. What is RS? Okay, RS is green. Is it your magic, or are they using like a TP system here? What is it? cover. I'm guessing it's like guard. So before I keep going, let's just see if there's any sort of further tutorialization for the combat. Removes and prevents both shield wall and counter stances for 3 turns of normal attack damage but cannot achieve critical hit. Okay. Heal yourself. Then counter all incoming attacks and gain an increase in defense for 2 turns. Ranged magic attacks cannot be countered. Okay. So we start with an attack. It sounds like attack is going to be pretty good here. How much is that? Is that defending? No, I don't think so. I don't know what they're doing then. So they kind of just thrown me into the deep end here. I interrupted myself thinking that maybe they might give some more tutorialization on the combat, but they didn't really. Hello! Nice to have you here, Mr. Visky. So, like, to go back to what I was saying before I interrupted myself, so they tutorialized very, very basic functions, which, don't get me wrong, I think that's good, because you have no idea how many games or what type of games your player has played in the past. So having that there is fine. I'm not going to say it's bad to have that there. However, I do think it's funny that you tutorialize the most basic information. However, you didn't tutorialize what I think is the more important information. So let's try recover. Does that heal? Okay, that does heal. And that heals a lot, too. Holy shit. And it doesn't cost anything to do that? That feels a little bit busted. Is there really no cooldown on that? Can I just use that again? Yeah, that feels really, really busted. I wonder if that's... I hope later there's some sort of counter to that, because right now, at least, at the very beginning, that seems like this game is going to be way too easy with that. It's going to make the game... It's going to trivialize the whole game. It's going to make the whole game just long and boring. Oh yeah, I see that it's peaking. Okay, well let me get out of this. Let's just turn down system volume for now. When I get out of this combat, we'll turn down the master volume. I'm doing 0 damage to him. Because he has the defense thing. Removes and prevents both shield wall and counter stance. Okay, so I guess in a sense this seems like a subtle tutorial. Let's see if he reapplies the state to himself. Because if he constantly reapplies the state, then I guess the game is trying to teach me this mechanic without actually saying it outright. We'll see if that's what it tries to do. So there's that. It's gonna attack and recover. Does he automatically apply the state again? Yes. Okay. So I think the game is trying to... I think this is supposed to be a tutorial. It's trying to tutorialize this skill here. I think this skill, if I understand it correctly, is going to remove that. So I think that's what it wants me to do. The thing is that, like, JRPGs tend to be so, like, you can get away with, like, subtle tutorials, like hidden tutorials in more concrete kind of games where your actions have more obvious outcomes. Thing is that JRPGs tend to be so numbers driven that they tend to be more abstract. So it's much harder to wrap your head around, like hidden tutorials or subtle tutorials or whatever you want to call them. I don't know if that's the best way of tutorializing your combat like this. Because, you know, there's the classic example of, like, 1-1 in Mario where, like, you know, the very first screen, you're totally safe, you can do whatever you want on it, you can figure out the buttons, and then you move forward, and suddenly there's a Goomba coming at you, so you try the jump, but there's a box just above you, so you bump into the box, and as soon as you, like, hit the box, you bounce back down on top of the Goomba, it kills the Goomba, and also out of the box pops a mushroom, so all this happens in 1-1 in, like, the first screen, and it kind of, like, tutorializes you into the functions, so that would be like a hidden tutorial right there. But you can't really, because that's all concrete. You get to see the outcome right away. You're not looking at numbers, you're looking at the outcome of actions. And you don't really get that with JRPGs. You're looking at numbers. It's not as, you don't get the immediate feedback that you would get with the, I wouldn't call it action-oriented, but you know, like, not turn-based stuff. So I really think in JRPGs, it's tough, if not impossible, to do hidden tutorials, because that's just not what the game is. So much for the lovely chance to sleep on the ground. Guess I'm off to Palace. Wow, that is... I kind of like it and I kind of don't. It's almost looks like the head has been photoshopped onto this body, because there's so much detail in, like, the clothing. And then the head is fairly simplistic anime style. Yeah. Yeah, it just looks like it's been photoshopped onto, like, some other body. Hey, here to see the king. Greetings again, Dark Lass. More work, I take it? I'll show you in. Yeah, so the main character, I was having a tough time telling. It's kind of an androgynous design, so it's tough to tell if it was a boy or a girl. I sort of assumed it was a girl, just based on, I don't know, some minor design details, and also just the use of pink text boxes. I just kind of assumed maybe it's a girl. But, yeah, it was kind of tough to tell gender. Your Highness, one Xavienne to see you. What the bloody hell is she doing here? What the hell is with accusing me of kidnapping Law? She's my friend. Friend? Huh? Her affections are clearly the result of some devilish charm you placed on her. Is that what you think? Right, I forgot that you're the authority of congeniality. You're definitely not a total ass. I beg your pardon. Enough! My daughter does tend to champion sympathy for the lowly creatures and the odd. 'Tis not unexplained why she associates with a doe of your kind. But 'twas one of yours who took her. A name ending in EN is definitely a girl name. Alright, I don't know this stuff. Doesn't sound girly to me. I know this smell. The ink is made from pungent flowers of my world. Indeed. These Oni clearly describe themselves as patriots. Obviously, I'm not one of them. Aha! You just admitted to knowing their plan. Yeah, I read this letter. Ho ho! You can read. Not bloody likely. She can read, Quintilius. She gets my missives. But what better way to win your way back with... I'm sorry, what? But what better way to win your way back with your kin than to partake in such a desperate scheme? It's because you are a French speaker. Fair enough. You're not a French speaker either. We went over this last week. I thought you were French, and you said I'm not French. I guess you could still be a French speaker, but not French. Do you speak French? You know how hard I've tried to make this world my new home. Boy, I can relate to that. So you've said, oh, do I have to prove my loyalty again? Fine, I'll do that right now. I'll rescue your daughter myself, free of charge. You're considering this? This is all part of a grand scheme to be some kind of double agent. Isn't that too complicated for a lowly creature like myself to pull off? Alright, I'll give you a week. You'll be free to assist in getting my daughter back any later, and I expect you to march right back here and straight into a cell. Otherwise, I'll make you do so. Well, that's just great, Your Highness, but what about me, huh? Do I get a replacement wife if she's not returned? I don't think you understand what this ordeal cost me if we just let our best lead get away. A week is plenty of time. If I don't come back with a law by then, I deserve to be locked up. What fell? It's like when I smashed my hands but nothing was like hanging over. But anyways, I know not every French-speaking country is France. That's why I said, do you speak French? But I know there's fucking Quebec. The neighbor to the country that is my home. Fucking Quebec mostly speaks French. Although it is still an English-speaking, it's part of an English-speaking country. Anyways, still, I know there's a lot of French speakers there. A week is plenty of time. If I don't come back with law by then, I deserve to be locked up. Also, I think there's a lot of French speakers in Africa, because some of the old French colonies. Is that right? I don't know. Did French colonize? I'm sure France colonized Africa at some point. Surely. A lot of European countries did. Which is why that whole continent is kind of a disaster. But anyways. And if you just want any random female to use as your plaything, you'll have me all helpless and whatnot. I've had worse. As though you would ever compare. Ugh, what an obscene one-sided offer. I would never give you such an occasion. Give me? Oof, that ego. Ego, you forget your place, coal creature. These things have no concept of authority or respect. You can't trust her, sire. You have a point, Xavier. I shall assign you a chaperone. Sire, may I request a specific person? I would like to be Ilyich. What say you, Ilyich? Sire, I will go if you believe it is appropriate. Interesting choice. She can kill the Oni tramp when she inevitably shows her true motives. Indeed, she could, if necessary. The request is approved if you still accept. Quite! Come on, Whitey. Sands are falling already. Ilyich has joined your party. So her design's a little bit better. I mean, there's still a lot of, like, noise just going on with the general design. Like, there's so many pouches and belts and knives and shit just like all over the design, but at least because you can see like the skin tone all the way through, at least it doesn't look like her head is photoshopped on. I still think this is like way too overly detailed though. Like, it's like the artist started drawing and kept drawing and kept drawing and kept drawing, still drawing, still drawing, still going, not finished yet, still drawing, some more drawing, and then finally they're just like, there, I'm finished, and literally have attached every fucking ninja thing possible to the character design. Ilyich. Thank you, sire. You chose me because I'm quiet, is that it? Sure. I cannot remain so, I have to defy you. Illy, you don't have to do anything. I'm not your friend. We have worked together, yes, but we are unalike. You assume because I am strange that I am sympathetic to you. You're breaking my heart. Okay, I'll be fine. You can leave. You would have me abandon this charge. I am not despicable like you. I didn't know you considered my kind despicable. Not your kind. You. Me. What have I done to earn that word? Plenty. Name one thing. Your implication of the prince back there. He would not do such a thing. He absolutely would do such a thing. Maybe not with an Oni, but yeah. Kind of feels like two teenagers talking. A lot of this actually is kind of felt like teenagers speaking. It just kind of feels like out of place for the world. It is beyond me how you have not been sent to the gallows. I'm a stray dog to them. They don't need me to curtsy and be presentable. They just let me in to take the scraps. Also, I feel like this beginning has been going on for quite a while. Come on, I saw our target. The prince? Improbable. Something like that. Just follow me. Use the same... Yeah, okay. Alright. Alright, buddy. You've, like, tutorialized the same information multiple times now. It's almost kind of annoying how much you've tutorialized the same basic information, like 3 times at this point. But you didn't tutorialize the fucking combat. Come on, man. Alright. Is this a bad guy? Okay, yes. That answers that. What is that? I don't think that's a guard thing. I also sound like I need to explain the game design. What is that supposed to mean? Explain yourself! Yeah, so we're gonna start off with just attack. Also, their cover thing is so just busted, man. There's got to be some sort of counter to that, I hope, at some point, because it costs nothing to do and heals quite a lot. Base Lard, Health Potion, Holy Guard. What is that? Okay, so there's not an items menu? It's not an equipment, is it? Nope. I didn't think it was equipment, but... Yeah, I didn't think it was equipment, but I don't... You can't see your items? That seems awfully weird. Like, I can't even check my items, man. That sucks. So I need to be in combat to check my items. I thought there was something about, like, something else, like a lard or something? Restores full health and increases defense to all allies for 1 turn. Covers an ally from knockout and abuse health regeneration for 2 turns. So here's the thing, I know Kevlar armor. Is that what it said in there? I know you and Mr. Oric don't agree with my whole options menu difficulty thing, but one thing I will say is First of all, a lot of AAA games are including like difficulty options in the options menu. And I would say maybe this would be a game that would benefit from that. Oh, she's dead. Wow, okay. I think they're using Yonflight's options plugin, options core, so they could definitely set up like options that adjust difficulty for the player. Also, I think there is a Yonflight just difficulty slider that if they wanted to take the lazy route, they could implement that. I haven't looked into how that works, but I think even just generally speaking, a difficulty slider, it just, you don't get to really tailor the difficulty. It works. At least it allows players to maybe up the difficulty if things are too easy for them or too hard. But if they're using options core, then they could actually set up unique difficulty options for their game. So that way players can tailor the experience the way that they'd like to play it. Instead of just beefing up health or enemy attack or whatever. Wait, did he heal? Come on, man. Attack deals 20% bonus damage. Sure. Try that. I see. So, like these RS, which I'm not really sure what that stands for, we'll just call them action points. So you get so many action points and they just recover, it looks like 1 point per turn or something, so it's kind of like a expendable resource. So I kind of get that. It would have, again, would have been nice if that was tutorialized. So I kind of get it now. So really, I just want to use my skills whenever possible. There's no reason to just let unused points sit there, as far as I'm aware. Got the Metal Slime monster card. What's that? Oh yeah, it is Kevlar armor. Fired a hybrid sword, health potion, and mana. Oh, okay, that's just. Oh, so I did. Oh, okay, alright. Completely out of something. Okay, alright. Fair enough. Can you go in here? No. So one thing I want to see, do they don't even pursue you. Interesting. It's really easy to avoid combat in this game. I actually kind of like that. So I will. So here's one thing I'm gonna give credit here, right? So the game seems relatively easy, and so if I'm gonna say, like, if this game was built to be relatively easy, this choice of easily avoiding combat is being consistent with the rules. If overall the game experience is intended to be easy and approachable, this is a very approachable and easy design that complements the easy combat. So it's very much kind of becomes of whether you want to do combat or not, which also avoids the problem of battle fatigue, which is the problem that I had with one of the games that we played last week, where it was just like combat, 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 and I just got so sick of combat that I just got bored of it. So the only way you can go into combat, there's no random encounters. So the only way you can go into combat is when you are next to them, tile by tile, like right next to each other. Then you'll start combat. The ground spikes, forcing all enemies to fight cautiously with 5 turns, slow attack, and slows turn order. Hide an ally and smoke for 3 rounds. Let me do this. Don't really need to do that. Sure. Alright, so I need to break their guard. Hi, I'm developing a game, Eon Fighter, on Steam. I sent you a key to your mail. I would love to know what you think of the game. Hey, well, thank you, Nicholas Z. Appreciate the key. I'll definitely check it out. Wow, it's actually almost kind of flattering to have someone just come on stream and just give me a key. I'm getting recognized. Yeah, sure. Right now I'm actually kind of doing these game dev streams pretty much every week at this point. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's spam. Nicholas, are you spam? Nicholas is not spam, if they said thank you. So, no, you don't need to moderate that. But thank you, Mon. Thank you, Fortuna. Definitely making sure that you do your job right. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, right now it's actually kind of an opportune time as well, because I'm not doing game dev streams at the moment because I don't want to spoil my closed beta that's going to be coming up soon. So I don't want to reveal too much information about my game. I'd rather people go into my game with as little information as possible. Obviously, a lot of people watch my streams, so they're not going to be completely blind to everything. But anyways, as a result, I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm pretty much doing these game dev streams pretty much every weekend at this point, until after I give a chance for people to, first for me to finish the closed beta and publish it for people to test, and then also give them a chance to actually play it before I do a game dev stream. So, yeah, as a result, I'm pretty much doing game reviews every week. So it's a good time to do it, because I think that means I'm probably going to be doing another one of these game review streams next weekend, too. There we go. Plate armor, mana, panacea. They just hand this equipment out too. It's kind of crazy that the chests not only contain equipment, but then also contain items as well. I feel like it's gonna really inflate the economy in this game. get access to this side of the map? Did I ignore that? Or can I just not access it right now? Oh, no. There's another way down over here. I think I can access that side of the map. Alright, there's a guy. I really appreciate how easy it is to avoid combat. Is there even leveling in this? Yeah, I do have levels, so I guess so. Say, okay, yeah, 464 into the next level. Okay. Let's not even give this guy a chance to use his guard. Just break him right away. Attack. Oh, it just sucks. I don't know. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna give this game for balance right now. The consistency in its rules, right? Easy combat, easy to avoid combat. Like that that consistency in its rules, like makes me want to lean towards giving it a point for balance, because clearly that's just how the game has been designed. At the same time, God, it's so mindless. It's almost a little bit too easy. I think we're really hitting subjective territory. Is I guess what I'm saying here. It's very subjective as to whether this game is not balanced or just right. Man, I really fucking need to pee. How much time do we have left? 3 minutes? I think I can hold it for 3 minutes. Added strap armor. Sounds like a sex thing. There's like a glowing thing in that rock. Probably should have did I go over there? Oh, I turned around before I got to that point. Okay. Ring of Calm. Who equips that? +1 defense. Can both of them equip that? Can I give it to this girl? I can. Alright, she needs it because she's squishy. Alright, let's see. Does this rock have a secret? Oh, jump over. Oh, come on. Now I can't go back that way? Oh, man. I shouldn't have said yes. I was just curious what that would do. Why would you make that one way? That sucks. Why could you jump over it one direction, but you can't jump over it the other way? It doesn't make sense. Oh, fuck. Caltrops. And break. And attack. I wish we could get to a boss to see if this changed up at all. I'd really like to see if this formula ever, like this strategy ever becomes less effective. I get the feeling that it probably doesn't, though. Ring of Fury. Thing is like every time I get one of, what does that even do? Attack. That's what I thought. Every time I get an item to equip, I also get a bunch of items alongside it. So I think I have a bunch of healing items too. So I really think I'm like, it would be really tough to lose unless I was just not paying attention or just holding down the space bar just to do attack, 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 and I accidentally hold down the spacebar too long, which sounds like a very likely outcome. I would imagine that would be the way that I would die before any other way. Oh, there's a boss here. I bet this is a boss. But we're out of time, and I really need to pee. Pretty bad. So I'm not going to find out about the boss. Nicholas Rizzi, thank you for sending me the key. I'll take a look at that soon. And probably stream it next week. Because like I said, I'm mostly just doing these game streams pretty much every weekend at this point right now. And is there anything else I need to say besides... Like, I gotta wrap up because I really gotta go. Thanks for joining, Fortuna. Thanks for always sticking around. Thanks for being a good moderator. That's going to be it. I'll see you guys next week.